What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the classroom. We have a good topic in store for y'all tonight, learning how to start over. Before I get started, I wanted to put this up there. We changed the time, as you can see, to 8:05 p.m. Central Standard Time for the summer hours and the people that are outside and kind of active outside. But hey, it's that time. It's Tuesday. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. Hope you've had a great Tuesday at work and you're ready to unwind, relax, and talk about a few things. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the classroom, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, hey, yeah. I got the feeling we taking it all the way. I gotta get to the Hall of Fame. Been on the ground with a small delay. That's what it takes when you on your job. I'm working till everything fall in place. Like nah, we not gonna fall today. Like nah, we not gonna fall today. Like oh yeah, beanie up Scotty, we going up crazy. Yeah, me and my posse. When it's time to get it, we body to body. Cause bodies get left when we leave the party. Don't get me started. Don't make me get out of character. That make you turn to a target. Dearly departed, making a scene like Martin. Be up in the scores and the margins. Hey, yeah.
All right, there it is. Let me go ahead and bring my lovely co-host Keisha now on the screen to get this party started. What is going on, Keisha?
Hey, what's going on out here on these back roads and paved streets? What you been up to?
Oh man, trying to unglue my eyes. I was over here taking a nap, but I promise you I just woke up like 30 minutes ago. So I had to shake the cobwebs off, get my head right, and come in here with this topic. So
That's what's up.
yeah, let me see what we're going to see. We got a few people in here. I know it's we just kicked it off. But again, y'all, we are going to be talking about learning how to start over. And Keisha and I have been working hard to try to have thought-provoking topics, yet have fun with it. Now, can there be fun moments with starting over? Yes, there can. Can they be tough moments? We already know about that as well. So, as usual, this is opinionated. We're going to give our opinions. Please give your opinions. No judgment. Just say what you're thinking, say what you're feeling, and we're going to go from there. So Keisha, when you think about learning how to start over, what's one of the things that I'm sure it may be a couple of things? What comes to your mind?
Well, automatically you think, oh, starting over, like maybe like a relationship or something like that. And then another thing is, you may be starting over financially. Um, you may be starting over with different friendships. It just depends.
And you bring up a good point because I think the biggest one is relationships. We probably can do this whole topic on relationships, but someone in this live stream may be having other ways they have started with, like Keisha mentioned, a job or friendships or moving. So it could be various things, but I would say at the end of the day, the biggest one is starting over after a relationship, whether that's a long-term relationship or maybe a marriage that you're starting over, and that could be pretty rough. So I know I have some things, but as usual, man, we gonna come from the dome and just tell y'all what we're thinking. Please, we need your interaction with this. What's going on, F. Smith? How you doing? So, hey, Keisha and Rob, thank you for being here. And look like we're off to a slow start, but hey, man, I thought this was a perfect topic because a lot of things are going on in the world right now, and I mean, people are starting over every which way. Stress in a relationship. I'm gonna let Keisha start because I'm curious to see what she's thinking about it and what I'm thinking about, and just kind of come to a fork in the road. So
Well, I mean, the first thing I think about, like you said, is a relationship. So, starting over, like I feel like you have to get yourself prepared mentally after you start over after a relationship. So, one, you're gonna have to learn, accept basically that the relationship is over. You know, so I think would be the number one issue, and then also, you know, um knowing that the relationship ended for a reason. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying? Whether you cut it off for a reason, right? Or whether they cut it off. Now, if they cut it off, we got to go with the old saying that older folks say, rejection is sometimes God's protection.
Ooh,
So even if that person said that they no longer want to be with you, that's fine too. You still have to pick up emotionally and move on.
when I think of starting over, just where you are with the relationship part, and I think one of the hardest parts is, letting go. What you just said, letting go. And a lot of times when people let go, like you were just saying, regardless of whose fault it is, it may be a grudge or you're mad at that person because they don't want you anymore, or you think they have someone else, and that may not be the case. You may just be growing apart. But at the end of the day, I mean, some people, and I've been in that situation. Some people, when it comes to starting over, they're just lost. I know, not necessarily totally lost with a relationship, but it seemed like a couple of things hit me at once. And when I say lost, people are, you know, oh, how did I get in this situation? Going back to relationship, I thought we was gonna be together forever, and why did this happen, and why me? And man, and people start beating themselves up,
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
know. So
you're right.
yeah.
You know, I feel like the worst advice I've ever been given, when I broke up with someone was the best way to get, over your old person is to get a new person, right? And so I feel like that's pretty much bad advice because you're not giving yourself time enough to heal. You just jumping straight into something else.
You're so right, and I've heard that too, man. I've heard that the best way to get over somebody is go get another one or another one and another one. But
Yeah. Mm.
what you're doing is a couple of things. You're really prolonging the issue because you haven't even faced the issue at hand, and you could be taking your luggage or your baggage over to the next relationship and not even know it. So I think when it comes to learning to start over with a relationship, one of the things you just said, it, man, people will give you advice, and everybody don't have bad intent. Some people
Mhm.
think they're really helping you out. They really think they're relationship therapists, and they're giving you the best advice. But sometimes the things they're telling you or I or anybody else to do, they wouldn't even do it themselves. So
Right.
that's one of the things that I think about with that.
I I was
Well,
okay. I also think that like it gives you a place for growth, right? So say that the person that you were with, maybe say you wanted to go back to school and they were like, no, I don't feel like, you should go back to school. We got kids who gon' instead of them, trying to help, maybe take some slack off of you, maybe watch the kids if you all have kids, or, just be supportive. They're putting the situation down and saying, well, no, you don't need to do this, and you're trying to better yourself. So it's some people that will stand in the way of you bettering yourself, and you know, just because they feel like, well, I don't want you to, uh, I don't want you to succeed, or I don't want you to get ahead, or I don't want you to maybe like, get the big head. I don't know what it is that go on in their head, but I feel like that's another thing. Like people will try to hold you back on purpose from achieving like different goals that you set out for. Maybe it's not school. I was on um B's life,
mhm,
T B's life,
mhm,
and they were talking, and she one of her co-hosts brought up
mhm.
where if you were trying to go on a diet, your spouse comes in, you might say, oh, hey, my goal is to go on a diet, right? And your spouse comes in with all these kind of goodies and treats and cookies and cakes, and then brings in all your little favorites and whatnot. So yeah, that's another thing, so that's it.
One of the things I want to let everybody know, just we're starting off with relationships because that's a big one. But we're going to talk about a lot of different situations where you may have to start over financially. Keisha mentioned at the beginning, career, job. I'm gonna say you may have to find a new place of worship. It's so many different things where we may have to start over, and I think a lot of people don't think about it, and or it's just natural. Hey, this happened. I hit an obstacle. Let me recover. But sometimes we don't know how to recover, or then we depend on, like Keisha was just saying, our family members, our friends, and then they over here giving this.
Unsolicited advice.
Yeah. And even when it's solicited, it ain't always the best advice. So
Right.
yeah, so it now we talked about the grudge and the regret and letting go. One of the things, everything I think we're going to talk about tonight, Keisha, is not easy. We're going to sit up here, and people in the comments, we're all going to give suggestions, our opinions, but it may not be easy. I know I've had to start over in probably every starting over situation you could be in. It was tough. I think the
Right.
older I got, the tougher it got because I had lost more. I had
Hmm.
I had lost more. I had to recover more. I had to recuperate more. So uh, one of the things I think about is, and you may have mentioned this, is sometimes we beat ourselves up. You gotta be give yourself some grace, as they say.
Right, right.
You know, we so quick to, oh, like, and we going back, like you were talking earlier. Your partner or your spouse could put it in your head, it was your fault. You're the reason we're not together. And then next thing you know, you're beating yourself up, and you're
Hmm.
saying it's your fault, and it may not be your fault. And
Hmm.
y'all, I'm just things that are coming to mind. Keisha and I, we may bounce around a little bit. So if y'all have an instance in the chat, an instance that y'all have gone through or you've heard about or witnessed, please put it in the comments. And we got a couple of people in here. We got Fatima in here. We got the
Hey,
Nichols in the,
Fatima's in the building, y'all.
we got, what did I leave off? We got the Nichols in the
Hey,
house.
the Nichols is in the building.
Sledge came in for a
Hey,
sec.
Sledge is in the building.
We
Yes.
got everyone's favorite couple, your favorite couple.
Right. They
Well,
right.
Key, also known as YFC. They said definitely have to give yourself time to heal. Amen, Keisha.
Oh, thank you.
And Fatima, we already said Fatima. Lacasia is in the house. What's up, Lacasia? How you
Because
doing? How you doing? So, getting back to the relationships, I think, have you, I'm just going to ask because you don't have to answer, but have you ever felt like you had to start from scratch?
scratch. Oh yeah, yeah. Like I mean, pretty much if you're no longer in that relationship, maybe y'all were splitting bills, so you have to get programmed to know that you are gonna be responsible for every last bill that you occur, right?
Mhm.
Um also, um duties, like different things that they may have been doing. So say he cut the yard and
Mhm.
she, maybe, I don't want to do gender roles, but maybe she, did most of the cleaning or something
Mhm.
like that. But you know um it's all on you now.
Yeah.
So
And sometimes people have that grudge and be spiteful and want this big old house with this big old yard and this big old car, but they didn't think about maintaining it. They just don't want the other person to have it. So they want to take what they think or know that person loves. Uh,
mm,
most men and some women, they gravitate towards their vehicles, their cars, and or the house, especially if they have a nice man cave or something, and people will be like, oh man, well, I'm gonna take the house, blah blah blah. Now, reason I brought that up about starting from scratch, and I know every time I've had to start over, y'all, I thought I was starting from scratch, and I was, but there was a little small caveat in there. I still had the experience. Now I was starting from scratch, but luckily I had the experience to hopefully not make the same mistake to put me in the same predicament. So, have you ever experienced that, Keisha?
right. I think what you're saying is ignoring red flags, right?
Yeah,
So a lot of times we know that we should have got out a long time ago. Matter of fact, we probably shouldn't even been in, just to be honest. And we ignore like the little red flags and whatnot. So um, you know, and you have to give yourself grace about that too. When you break up with a person, you be hold on, first thing you be like, I don't know why I was with him anyway. He was this and he was that and he was that.
yeah,
Well, she wasn't this and she didn't do this and she didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of pretty much know that you ain't had no business with them in the first place, but we ignored those red flags. Maybe we were lonely. Maybe, not even just lonely. Maybe we were, you know, tired of the weight being all on us or whatever your reasoning, or you might have liked the little nutcase. I don't know. But whatever it was, you ignored red flags that you knew you should have been like, nah, this ain't gonna work. It's gonna be a wash for me.
yeah. And the red flag. It's funny how every topic we do, it seems like and we don't do this on purpose, y'all. The previous topics tied to the current topic because we've done a topic on red flags, we've done a topic on gender roles. So now, one of the things I just think back to my instance. One thing I didn't want to let people know was I was afraid. I was afraid to start over because you're showing vulnerability. You don't want people to think you're weak. You don't want people to talk about you. You don't want people to whisper behind your back.
Yeah, that's another one.
But I think you don't have to run and tell all your business, but it's okay to be afraid. And you may have to drop down on your knees. You may have to look up to the sky. I let everybody read between the lines on that. I mean, no, forget reading between the lines. You might have to pray about it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times when it comes to starting over, we I think we try to do it ourselves because we're afraid of, and that's a whole nother topic. We have all these friends and family that's supposed to be there for us in a time of need, but then we won't tell them something when it's a time of need. We try to start over. And Keisha, don't mention trying to go live with nobody. You got kicked out or y'all had to get out the apartment or sell the house. Hey, can I? Oh man, we ain't got but 2 bedrooms, and so there's another problem. That's why people don't want to start over. A lot of times, you just said it. People want to just stay in that situation because they think it's a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that one.
Yeah. So roll on, my sister, roll on.
All right. So, the next one would be like friendships. Some people have to start over even in friendship, right? So, first thing again is you're gonna have to accept that the friendship is over. Maybe they don't want to be friends with you anymore. You don't want to be friends with them anymore, and you just got to learn to accept it.
Yeah, you're right. Because when you like with friends, sometimes we outgrow friends. We outgrow people. And when it comes to outgrowing friends, now I've been through this. I outgrew. Lord have mercy, man. What I go to school at? I outgrew
I
my.
don't want to give you grammar testing here. Go ahead.
I know y'all say this ain't the real classroom, but I outgrew my current friends. But where I had grown to, I was afraid to start over because I personally didn't feel I was on that level. Now, I'm not on this level. I think I'm on that level, but when the rubber had to meet the road and I had to go over and interact with these people, I felt uncomfortable. So I was like, man, first thing out of my mouth, why can't things stay the same? Why they have to mess this up? We were good friends, but
Right.
were they really?
Well, yeah, it's kind of difficult when you have friends that are still friends with the friend that you ain't no longer friends with. So say, like, and then when you have birthday parties or something, like say your friend had birthday party. Now you got to look at this the homie or this helper every time something come up. Like, oh, I got to go up here and what I'm saying? So that's also another thing. Like sometimes you just gotta suck it up, buttercup, put on a happy face, and then still support the friend that you still have and go to the event, even though you know that person is probably gonna be there. Or you can opt out. I mean, it's not a rule that says you gotta go.
And I think the worst thing you could do with that kid, if that friend that you ain't friends with no more, every opportunity they get to go hang out with the person you are friends with, they gonna do it because they just want to mess your day up. And then they just want to mess your no. I'm gonna go there. She ain't gonna want to go. Or I don't know if they still do this. And it's male and female. That's my girlfriend. That's my homeboy. Well, I don't think nobody owns anybody, but that's a great one. Now, in that instance, I wonder. So, do you just ditch everybody and just not be friends with none of them, or?
I mean, if you truly friends with the person that you still friends with, you still gotta kind of gotta hang out. So, or what I'm saying, you don't want to just cut them off. I mean, I don't know. I think that's just so high school because I'm not getting along with this person. I don't feel like I should be telling my other friends that, hey, I ain't getting along with this person. I ain't her friend no more, so you shouldn't be her friend no more too. Like, it don't go down like that. Now, the only reason why I cut off a friend one time because another friend was mad at him was because she slept with the man with the girl's boyfriend. So I feel like I feel like if you do it to her, you do it to me. So therefore, there was an automatic, grounds for we're gonna end this friendship right now. Like so that's the only time I was like, I'll cut a person off if the next person is mad with them. Only if I feel like if you do that to her, then you would do it to me. Or if you do that to him, you'll do it to me. So, that type of situation.
Well, one thing I think about, I ain't talking about these fly by night friends. I ain't talking about these friends you get at Ross and Marshalls in the mall and
Wow.
Saks Fifth Avenue. I'm talking about your real long term friends.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are afraid to start over, especially if there was a betrayal, a matter of trust that was broken. You could try to patch it up, but then, I mean, to me, with relationships, now relationships, I think is number one, and we might go back and forth a little bit, but when it comes to friends, that could hurt a long time, especially, and then, now let me ask you about this friend that's the third party. So you and me friends, and then it's another person. We got a third friend. But I get mad at that third friend, and now I'm supposed to be mad at you. That's what the third friend is thinking. That's what you're saying, right?
Right. One, yeah. If I'm mad at him, you're supposed to be mad at him too.
I went through
I feel
something
like
like
it's
that.
kind of junior high school to me.
I went something like that through on YouTube, and not once did I ask anyone to not be friends with people I had an issue with, or the people that had an issue with me. It's a blessing that we patched it up, but not once. I mean, I wouldn't have felt right. Okay, we have an issue, so I want everybody to have an issue with them. You're right. That's so immature, so junior high, high school, elementary, and that's where it derives. But it starts there, and I think certain things that we learn at a young age just keep going on and on in life. So we got to come in here, Keisha. I want to see what Jerry's saying. I would go on and speak to everyone and the ex like nothing happened. You can't steal my peace unless I allow you to.
Right. That, you know what? That is a good way to be, Jerry. Because I mean, I can go in a room and be mad at somebody. I ain't gonna say be mad. We just ended the friendship. Like, I don't need to be mad just because we ended the friendship. You know what I'm saying? But I can still speak to you and say hi. You know what I'm saying? If I see you out, I mean, I ain't gonna be all like, like,
Right.
So, but I think, who was that? Fatima. Did Fatima have a comment earlier?
Let me go back up. Y'all, these comments. Oh, yeah, she did. My bad, Fatima. She said, you said it, Rob. We have to give ourselves grace. Sometimes life throws us in all types of curveballs. Don't give up.
Yes.
And I that, even if I did read it, that need to be read again, because a lot of times it depends on this friend or this relationship you lose. Some people don't recover. And that's kind of why we wanted to do this topic. Hopefully it's somebody going through this, but we know, let's be adults here. We know somebody's probably going through this right now, whatever avenue we decide to take. And a lot of times, like, I want to go back to Yolo's comment right here. Betrayal is betrayal. There is no coming back.
Right. I mean, I agree with that, because I mean, I feel like you do it once, you'll definitely do it again. And I'm not going to give you the opportunity to screw me over twice.
So it sounds like, y'all, we got a lot going on with this moving on, or what's the name of this thing here? Starting over.
Yeah. I had to look
because every time we do these plan rules, man, with all the information that's going on and the things that I be thinking about that y'all put on my mind that I probably never thought about in life, it's like, dang, I be getting lost. So
did we even speak to Yolo?
Yeah, I spoke to Yolo. Oh, yeah, I spoke to her.
Okay. Well, anyway, Yolo is in the building, y'all.
We got Chill Will in the crib.
Okay, Big Murphy and Chill Will is in the building. That's what I'm talking about.
This is a good point. Folks consider that to be loyalty nowadays. I'm mad at them. You need to be mad too if you rock with me. And that is that loyalty?
I guess in their mind it is, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind of elementary, but it's to each his all. If that's how you rock, then that's how you rock. If you feel like that's my friend and they wrong my friend and I ain't talking to him neither, but wasn't y'all both friends? So like, I feel like two friends shouldn't get in the middle of other friends' BS, period. Because like they'll make up and then you sitting up here looking crazy.
Yeah, and I just want to say, going back to now, Keisha, I got to ask you this. I can't wait to ask you. I love asking. I be thinking I know, but then she sometimes throw a curveball. I know Yolo said betrayal is betrayal. Mm-hmm. Will you ever, will you ever, anybody in the comment, anything I ask Keisha, Keisha asked me, y'all welcome to chime in. Will you ever forgive that third party to salvage your friendship with your main friend?
I can be cordial with them. I'm like Fatima. Who did when that Fatima that said betrayal is betrayal?
That was
Why would
YOLO.
you get somebody the second time? Why would you give somebody another opportunity to screw you over? I mean, I feel like if they do it once, when they come back, it's gonna be even harder than the first time. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't nothing but a test run the first time. They just trying to see, you know what I'm saying, how much you gonna take.
You know, and that brings up, I asked that question because that's a tough predicament, man. You know, you got this lifelong friend, and then you got Popcorn Johnny come on the scene at the state fair, and they become friends somehow, or at the club. They kicked it one night, now they besties or whatever they call it. Yet I got a 10, 15-year friendship with you, but maybe I've grown, and it goes back to what I said earlier. Maybe I've grown a little bit. Maybe I'm not the same Rod. Maybe I'm a different Rod, and we're still tight, we're still cool, but you're feeling that the third party is more aligned with what you do because you may not have grown up at the same pace I have.
Mm-hmm.
So they start, friends and everybody else, they may start gravitating to that person that they have more in common with, and then you over here really feeling. At that point, do you just say, all right, to hell with it, I'm just gonna be friends with everybody, or do you stick to your guns?
I think you should stand your ground, whichever ground you want to. I mean, some people like, well, you know, they may be like, well, it wasn't even that serious, or they may be like, I ain't doing it. So I guess it just depends on the person and their level of forgiveness.
And I'm gonna tell y'all one of the reasons I'm asking Keisha these different questions different ways, because Keisha is huge on loyalty. I already know that she's huge on loyalty, and we all should be huge. But sometimes our loyalty get tested because we're put in situations, man, and sometimes it may not seem like there's a right or a wrong, but maybe I just have to maybe now this is what I'm gonna bank on, y'all. I'm gonna bank on this. I'm gonna go to Vegas and I'm gonna put all my money on red or black. I'm gonna bank on the fact that me and this person's friendship, it's gonna outlast this new Popcorn Johnny dude. And I ain't gotta act a fool. I ain't really gotta go hang out with them. Cause I'm be honest, it's gonna be hard for me to hang out with some people that I know ain't rocking with me. I just can't do it. And then if that person, that third party is true to themselves, they're gonna show who they really are eventually.
Right.
And your friend gonna come back. Now I know this sounds like a cartoon fairy tale situation, but it can happen. Like your friend's gonna come back and say, you know what, Rod? Man, you were right, man. I almost messed up our friendship because of Popcorn Johnny.
Right.
So now let me go back. YOLO, hey, y'all, YOLO was a star of the show last week and looked like she ain't messing around this week.
You didn't read Fatima's stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Man, I'm saying all these comments. I get nervous. So Fatima said, if you see one, you can jump in, please. I
can't read it. It's so small.
Yeah, I got you there. It's small to both of us. I'm with you on that one, Keisha. It all depends on what the person did. But generally speaking, I will not let a person convince me to hate/dislike a person that has done nothing to me.
Right. Yeah.
That's the position I could have did. The person I had an issue with did nothing to these other people, and therefore I was just a bigger man. Y'all, I'm not trying to sit over here like I'm Billy all of that, because I'm not. I'm just saying it made no sense to have everybody mad at one person when I'm the only one that's really mad. Why I'm have 12 people mad when I'm the one that's mad? I mean, Keisha has said it, and I gotta agree with it. That's like high school, junior, man. I don't know, it's like third grade. What up, Big Rick? I'm sorry, go ahead, Keisha.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
No, I was just speaking to Big Rick.
Oh, what's going on, Big Rick? Shoot, it threw me off. Oh, you were saying something about what if the friends start hanging out with each other real tough, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, in friendships, you get certain things out of different friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did a live on friendship. You may be like the party friend, or you know what I'm saying? You know, maybe they like to party a lot, so they always kicking it. They going to, you know, different events. They may go to events during the week. You might be just one of them. I hang out with you on the weekend type people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you get different things out of different friendships. So another friend hanging out with hold on, my op. It wouldn't probably bother me that much because, I I know that, you get different things out of different people.
Well, call me childish, y'all, because it would bother the hell out of me. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about now. It hasn't happened a long time, but it really happened a lot when I was in the Navy, man. We switched friends like uniforms. I mean, but we had a core group, but it was always somebody invited to the party that wasn't really, I ain't really like them, or they ain't like me or whatever. But that goes back to with these people and that friendship not lasting, but I just can't. I'm that dude. I don't want no party friend, no church friend, no best friend, no volleyball friend. I want a all-inclusive friend.
All inclusive. You think
I want a friend that cover everything, and that's probably why my circle's so small. Now,
right.
I don't
I'm
have
like
a
low.
best.
I'm like Glorilla. My circle's so small we can all fit in one hula hoop. Okay. So
That's my circle right here. You see the end of that pencil?
I can't.
See, that's how small it is. You can't even see it.
What Chill will say?
Chill will say, at this age, loyalty is everything to me.
Right.
But it goes back. We throw these words up, Chill Will, Keisha, and everybody in the comments, and I'm about to go through these comments. We throw these words up. But do we really be knowing the definition? Everybody got a different definition of loyalty.
Right.
Like what I call loyalty, I can guarantee is probably a little bit less than what Keisha called loyalty. Okay. And what Keisha called loyalty, maybe somebody she knows. So I think loyalty sometimes determine what you've gone through. And boy, this gonna mess y'all up. And taking you back to other things you may have to start over with. And I ain't putting up with this BS. If you're gonna be my friend, you're gonna be my friend. We ain't gonna sit up here. We friends Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and the other 2 days we going like we don't know each other.
Right.
No. So YOLO said cordial only. Hey, bye. But see, I don't even want to do that. I don't want to fake the funk, man. I ain't gonna be able like now. Here go my cordial.
Petty. I call him petty, y'all. He should win the Meeting Eye Award for being real petty.
I'm not gonna be able to. Hey, Johnny, man, how's it going, man? I saw. I ain't got time.
You ain't got to do all that. You just say hey.
But y'all fellas in here chatting. I think y'all. I'm not trying to be chauvinistic, but I think that's a female thing. I don't think the homies run around telling. Sometimes they may say, "Hey, what up, bro?" But it's gonna be some masculinity. It ain't gonna be no hey. It's gonna be like, "What up, dog?" I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna be like, that universal what's up. And I'm gonna be frowned up. I'm gonna be mean mugging like a mug. So, hey, Big Murph said, God's still working on me, YOLO. If you cut me deep, then you're non-existent to me.
Right.
That's the bull side of me. Now, when you said the bull side,
it's supposed to be a Taurus. Isn't that Taurus the bull?
Well, hell,
I think he's talking about his zodiac sign. I think that's what he's talking about. He's a bull.
But that's right, though. And that's kind of what we're saying here, And now, y'all, we're going to have some positivity to this. I know right now we're cutting everybody off with so far in this episode. But if you cut me deep, and that goes back to what I was saying. I know everybody's saying betrayal is betrayal, but I think there's levels. Mm-hmm. I mean, I ain't talking about like a class A misdemeanor betrayal and a felony betrayal. I mean, it's just, but there's different levels. And I'm the one. I used to tell people, man, when I first moved to California, and it was my defense mechanism because I was scared. I was starting over. I left a little town in Arkansas. We went to big old San Diego. I was facing the crowd, and my defense mechanism was verbatim: male, female, twins. I ain't care who it was. I came here not knowing you, and I would leave here not knowing you. Cross me if you want to. We ain't got nothing else to say to each other.
Hold on, you bringing up moving. That's also another way to move on is if you move into another, location. But I'm pretty sure we got some comments in the chat.
Yeah, main friends sometimes be the ones that secretly hate on you. Ooh, say it again, Fatima. And the third party be the one who rocks with you. Man, you just put a whole monkey wrench in the situation.
Yeah, you're right about that. Oops, almost.
So what do you do in this situation? So
what, the main friend hate on what? I mean, people can tell subtle hate. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they real good at masking it, right? But you could tell subtle hate. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in another thing, I said Wait a minute, I'm trying to figure out what was it. I can't even think about it. I can't even think of it. But y'all know subtle hate, like you know what I'm saying, where they throwing little jabs here and there. You be like, hold on, like it's supposed to be my friend, but you know you ain't really, you know what I'm saying, rocking with me like I thought you were. You know, you always got some kind of like side, you know, slick to say out the side of your mouth, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. So with that, you know, you just gotta kind of peep game, sit back, and do more listening than talking.
That's the key. And I think some of them subtle hate, Keisha, I think they be old stuff. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you ain't even think about this. Yeah, man. Remember when you was down and out and I loaned you $12? No, I don't remember that. I forgot all about it. Did I give you your $12 back? That's when it was forgotten about. Because what they trying to do is remind you of
Ooh.
when you were down. Go ahead. I don't want you to lose that
Oh,
train of thought.
you okay? That's a good one. That's a good one. So yeah, like you know what I'm saying. You now they done had all day to sit here and bring this up, but they wait until you get into a crowd of people, and then they be like, did you use that money I gave you to turn your lights back on or something? Be like, wait a minute, that's that subtle, you know what I'm saying? Subtle hate, because why you wait till we get in a crowded room and then want to tell everybody my lights was out? You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff.
Yeah, so one of the things, y'all, starting over, sometimes you may have to leave luggage, baggage,
Yeah.
people. You may have to, because like Keisha said a while ago, you have to start looking and listening instead of more talking, because some people will boy, you would think you're your best friend, you would think y'all was like in the Little Rascals, our gang or something. Meanwhile, you ain't listening to everything they're saying.
Mhm.
And y'all, we gonna talk about the job. We gonna talk about tad bit of YouTube that I spread, but we want to hit this main point, because I think two of the loosest words that are used today, Keisha, friends and loyalty. And let's throw a third one in there, support.
Mhm.
Friends, loyalty, support.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Those are deep ass words. Those words mean a whole lot.
Right.
Friend, I ain't got y'all put it in the comments. Loyalty, support. Now, I'm gonna tell you my level of support. If somebody come over here right now and say, "Hey, man, I'm down and out. I need somewhere to sleep," I'm not gonna say I don't have another bed. I'm gonna find a way.
Right. Right. You make a padded in the. You can. Most people let you crash on the couch. You know. But I mean, I understand. So some people, when they have a spouse, right? You know, it just depends on the person's situation. If you are a bachelor, and if your friends say, "Hey, man, you know, I got kicked out of the house," or your friends like, "Hey, sis, I got kicked out," I got kicked out of the house, or whatever the case may be, I'm basically homeless, and so instead of if you don't say, "Hey, you can crash on my couch. I only got one bedroom, but you can crash on the couch," or something like that, then they may not be, they may not rock with you like you think they do. But I don't know. It just depends.
It sounds
Now,
like a big part of this too, Keisha,
Mhm.
is when people think of starting over. Sometimes I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I had to do it, and sometimes you have to walk alone.
Right.
You don't have to walk alone forever,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes you have to walk alone when you're starting over.
Yeah.
You have to assess everything. But what people f up, excuse my language, what people mess up is they want to always evaluate everybody else. But I think it starts with evaluating yourself.
Right. Right.
Evaluate you, and then you can make sound decisions about this friend, this relationship, this job, this financial situation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So like even in a relationship, you get kicked out of the house. He cheating or whatever, and you decide to leave. You starting over. So you need to evaluate this. I knew he wasn't nothing when I got with him. You know what I'm saying? I knew he slick suspect when I got with him. I knew he had like a wandering eye when I got with him. So there's no sense in sitting up here, feeling some type of way. What you laughing about?
Look at this card where you said so. So Big Bird, I'm sorry, because I didn't tell y'all. He said all inclusive friend. What you doing tonight with this friend, right? They ain't around me at night. They virtually around me on YouTube and stuff. But this has nothing to do with when I say all inclusive. I ain't talking about FWB or friends with benefits. That's far from my mind. I'm talking about friends.
Right.
Friends that only time we touching each other if it's a friendly hug or a friendly dap. or a friendly shoulder bump. All that. We ain't doing nothing past that, Big Murph. So I ain't doing nothing with him at night, bro. Hey, Albert Key, what's going on? I'm sorry, Key, you go
What's
ahead,
up?
man.
He is in the building.
Big Murph said that. I felt like I had to get on the defense stand. I had to go to court. So one of the things I want to touch on this, man. Now, one of the things that I read through this here is making goals. And I think you and I talked about this,
What goal?
just making any kind
I'm
of goal.
making goals.
How am I going to get back on my feet?
Right.
How am I going to bounce back?
Right. So
That's one of the toughest questions. And I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I'm not afraid to be a man and tell y'all the things I've been through. And I don't have to have a damn script. I went through all this in real life, real time. And fear, going back to that fear,
yeah.
you don't know if you can go on. You don't know if you can recover. You don't know if you can live up to the expectation of family, friends,
Right.
co-workers, constituents. You just don't know. And it goes back to that giving yourself grace. But I think you have to give yourself time. Don't try to make a million goals, because starting over, ladies and gentlemen, is a journey. It's not a sprint. It's not walking down the block. It is a journey.
Right.
And your journey may be 3 months, it may be 3 years, but don't think it's going to happen in 3 hours or 3 days, because, boy, unless you got one hell of a support system, it may not.
Right.
So,
Yeah. So
go ahead, Keith. Go ahead.
Oh no! Just read what she.
No, I don't want you to forget your train, because y'all, we have so much on our minds, because we be coming from the dome, and for the people in the back, we be coming out our head with this stuff. So, I mean, I'm not going backstab you, dog. You out. All the ungodly evil mess, that's not my heart.
Right. Just because y'all not friends no more, you ain't gotta have no ill will towards that person or nothing like that. You just, you just ain't rocking with them no more, and it is what it is. Like in the famous words of Chill Will.
Hey, Big Murph said he is a Taurus, Keisha.
I figured he was when he talking about a bull. To me, loyalty means a friend that will check you when you are wrong and support you when you are right.
How many friends get dismissed because they tell somebody they wrong? Boy, yeah,
I prefer you to tell me when I'm wrong. Hold on, we can sit here and argue all day. At the end of the day, when I think back, I'll be like, was I wrong? I may have been wrong. Let me see. Let me just reevaluate it in my head. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a real friend is gonna tell you if you wrong. A real friend will, because don't be having me going out here looking stupid. If I'm wrong, then let us know.
But what about that? What about that person that every time you tell them something wrong, they don't want to hear it? They think you tripping. You just trying to. What was that song about 10 years ago? You trying to kill my vibe? I ain't trying to kill that. I'm trying to keep you looking like a fool. But go ahead. You want to? Because I ain't gonna sit up there and hold no sermon on how you look crazy or you doing something that's stupid. I'm just not gonna be around you when you got all the extra going on.
Okay, because I'll tell you in a minute. Now, that wasn't right. I had to blank out what I really want. That that wasn't right. Okay, so
you ain't got to blank it out on here, but we ain't trying to offend nobody. But sometimes them words slip out, because I'm thinking right now, what if I got that? Oh Lord, I knocked my thing. What if I got that friend?
Man down, call the chief.
iPad down. What if I got that friend that just embarrassed me?
What you mean?
We go to the club. I don't even go to clubs, y'all, but I'm just thinking back in the day. We go to the club, and instead of just walking in and paying the cover charge, this dude got to make an entrance. He got to pull his pants up over his stomach and do the Michael Jackson slide all the way through the front door. And I'm like, dude, do you have to do all that? Man, you don't know how to party. You don't know how to have fun. Well, I sure don't. I don't want to have fun like that because you look ignorant.
Oh, you mad because they might let you slide?
No, man, can we wait till you get to the dance floor? He at the front door. He just paid his
$20. You hearing the music, you feeling the vibe. Like, I'm bouncing.
I'm going to play a clip or whatever.
You're going to get mad because everybody went to the club to do what he came to do. He came to dance.
No, you could dance, but let us get in here. Or
you over there set tripping. That's what you doing. You over there set tripping.
I ain't going to beat that up, because we'll be here all day with that one. It be family members that betray you, etc. as well. So sad because the enemy works through who you care for mainly to try and tear you down.
Right. The person you rocking with the hardest, like you said, family. You know what I'm saying? Will do things, and then they feel like because they got that title that they are allowed to do whatever they want to do with to you, and then you have family members that'll back it up, and I'll be like, now y'all know this need. I mean, yeah, you go ahead. You
No,
know that
I
man
just think
dead
about I
wrong.
think about yo. I don't have. I said this another episode. I don't have a big immediate family, but I have a large overall family, and I've heard some of the stories. Um, I watched my father back in the day check his brother because he was protecting his wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had a this is what I'm talking about, Keith. I had an uncle that refused to go to the front door and ring the doorbell. He went to the back door and knocked and scared my mom every time. So my father had to threaten his brother, and it's like he never would cut him off.
Mm-hmm.
He never cut him off, but I think he was so close. And a lot of times when we have to start over, we have to make tough decisions. But he was going through some mental issues. So, but
Right.
those family members,
Well, you got to give people like that a little taste of grace if they.
yeah, I gave him a lot. I gave him a lot. He was a very intelligent man. Something happened to
Yeah,
him.
yeah. A lot of people that have like some of the smartest people bet you know what crazy.
But with this family member, does that portrayal apply with the family member?
What does the? Oh yeah. Let's yeah. They on the list too. Hold on. But you know what? I'm like I feel like I said, because they feel like they had that title, they feel like they have. I'm gonna go with mama, daddy, brother, sister. Anybody can be karmic to you, and just because they had that title does not mean that they care about you the way that you care about them. It's just as simple as that. Everybody didn't grow up with the best mama. Everybody didn't grow up with the best daddy. Everybody didn't grow up loving on their siblings like that. Some, like we talked about, generational curses. Sometimes the parents pick the kids against each other, so they grew up not even really liking each other. They would do things, and you feel like I'm supposed to be cool with these people just because they got a title. I don't care nothing about your title.
I'm hearing so a lot of times now that uh y'all, I might misquote this, but some people are saying just because we have the same blood don't mean we're family. We just have the same blood.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one of those words that's like at the end of the day, your family, whether you want to be or not. Now, I don't know the term. Like I said, it was just my brother and I, and we're cooler. We're super cool, super tight. Always have been. Has he ever had to check me? Yeah. Has he ever got in my ass? Yes. Do I feel like my brother and I had to start over one time? Yes. I did. He didn't. But at the end of the day, it was hard at first because I'm like, hold up, man, I'm a grown, beeping man. I don't have to listen to this dude, but he was telling me what's best. And I had to start over with looking at him as not my little brother, but my younger brother that maybe had more knowledge in certain situations than Rod had. And I could have just wrote him off and he could have wrote me off, but that wasn't the way we were raised.
Well,
And when I said raised, not necessarily by our mother and father, they told us to be tight, but we created that bond.
right. I got into it with a family member because I felt like every week she had a different boyfriend, and she was bringing them around my little cousins, and I felt like that was unsafe. And I did overstep because like I never allowed like just any and everybody all around my kids. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that, it was like, God, dog, you just don't do. And that goes back to the first one, breakup. Some people feel like it's healthy. If as soon as I break up with one dude, I gotta go get another one. You know what I'm saying? So the best way to get over one is to get another one. So I felt like that's what she was doing, but I felt like it was unsafe. And then they wasn't even right. You know what I'm saying? You messing with people that ain't right. We just say that.
And when sometimes people get lost in starting over. Let's say they end a relationship and they have to get in a relationship after relationship, but they're not. I could say it like it's so easy, but sometimes when a person is hurting, they're not looking at the overall picture. They're not thinking about the kids.
Hmm.
I'm gonna give y'all a prime example. They're not thinking about having a child with the wrong person that you're now locked in with for the rest of your life.
Right.
Those are the things that. So I think when you are starting over, Keisha and YFC said it earlier, you have to take some time, but you also have to have. I mentioned it, and I forgot. I think it was Chill or somebody said support. May have been Big Murph, but that next person needs to understand. First of all, it has to be communication.
Right.
If you had a situation, don't if you're going to receive this person, we talked about in another episode, you got to receive them. You can't be no wishy-washy person. But if that person know they have support, it makes it easier. It don't make it super easy, but it makes it easier to get over maybe the trauma that this person went through. Now, when I say it could be financial support, it could be communicative support, it could be encouraging, it could be a workout partner. It's so many different things. So right here, Keisha, we got Jared said, when most people say they have friends, I have acquaintances. A friend for me is someone I know is going to be there through thick and thin.
That is true.
And Jared, I'm curious, how long did it take to establish that friendship? You know,
How long did it take to have that mindset? Because there's some folks still ain't got that mindset to this day. You know, I mean, like all the young ones, all of them saying, "My friend, my friend, my friend." I'm like, you just met her. How's she your friend? You know what I'm saying? You just met the little dude. How he your friend? You need to be careful with that F word. You know what I'm saying? And all I tell my kids, hold on, you ain't got no friends. I'm your only friend. But
and sometimes you have to be firm. And I think a lot of this starting over, I want to look at something. I'm gonna go through. I see some comments in here. I wanna. Yolo says she dozed off. Man, Yolo, we ain't boring you. Now Yolo over there tired. Hey, what's up, James? I see you in the building.
oh, J3 is in the building, the honey slanger.
Hey, honey, like boy, that
I know
name,
Jay's the honey slanger.
that cracks
Anybody in
me
the
up
chat needs some honey, contact Jags. I'm gonna put his
right there.
email in the chat. Oops, I hidden stuff. I'm hitting stuff.
All right here. Yes, thick and thin, not BS, and unnecessary drama. And that's, man, is it me or do it seem like drama is at an all-time high? I mean, it just seems like drama is at just an all-time high, man. Like everybody, I ask myself, and it goes back to me looking at me and assessing everything. When I started over, I just started over for real from scratch. Now I had some experiences, but I started over. I didn't want to be around nobody. I isolated myself. Was that healthy? No, I was rolling the dice.
Well, I don't know because it may be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you do have to basically take yourself out of the equation, right? And have some time to yourself. I mean, some people may think that isolation is a bad thing, but I feel like it may be a little healthy. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of all the noise for a second and evaluate what's going on.
Hey, Fatima said I ended a 12 plus year friendship because she kept putting me into her BS. She always asked me, whose side are you on?
Right.
I respond, the right side.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Like, it doesn't make sense to take sides, especially if I wasn't there, right? I'm not gonna take sides. One, I don't know the full picture. There's always their side, your side, and then there's the truth somewhere. So there's stuff that may have been left out. You don't know. So it doesn't make sense to take sides in a situation when you don't even know the whole picture. No, I'm not gonna take your side. I only heard one story.
I think when you're starting over, especially in a relationship, one of the big things is change your routine.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times the starting over process is extended because, especially if we were with a person a long period of time, we think everything we do reminds us of this person. We got up in the morning, we drink our coffee together, We would talk, we would pray before we left. And then we get in the car, we follow each other as long as we could to work. And when it's time to start over, none of that's happening. But you have to, here's that word, you have to. It's hard for me to sit up here and say anybody have to do anything because everybody has a level of tolerance of what they can go through. I would rather say you would want to try to get a new routine. Personally, I'm going to start it with something as simple as the coffee. If I used to sit at the table and drink coffee with my partner, from now on, I may leave 10 minutes early and stop at a coffee place, not a Starbucks, a simple place, get some coffee and sit in the parking lot and just reflect on my day. I may sit there and think about this person, and but after a while, they say it takes 21, I don't know how true this is, but it takes 21 days to get over a habit. And if you start breaking some of these routines that you're used to and try to develop new routines at your leisure, you can't have the homie or the homegirl telling you how you need to do it, because at the end of the day, Rod got to do it how Rod do it, Keisha got to do it how Keisha do it. So now, let's see here.
Yeah,
thank you everybody for being here, man. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, but I'm with Fatima. I didn't have family members to try to put me in their stuff. You know what I'm saying? You hear both sides, and you be like, "Well, I would be mad too," and then you hear the other side, "Well, I would have been mad too." But you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's best to just stay out of it and let the folks work their own stuff out. Because at the end of the day, y'all all family.
Where most people say they have friends. I already read that.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry, I read that one. Let me get on here. I went back up. Here we go, right here. If your vibe, I think I read it, but I'm gonna read it again. If your vibe is crazy and you're gonna be on your own. So if you have a crazy vibe, YOLO's not even messing with you. And Big Murphy said YOLO. Oh, okay, we did that one. I feel like yes, I've been there sometimes. Some people can't take the honest truth. They think they know it all. Then the same thing I done told them, it comes to pass. And then you ain't got to worry about no friend then, because they don't want to face y'all, man. I don't even want to see this dude because he was right. Oh man, I know he gonna let me hear it. But a real friend ain't gonna even say I told you so.
Right? And they ain't gonna even say it.
A real friend is gonna say, "Hey, I got you, dog. Or I got you, homegirl. Don't worry about it. Don't. I told you so. I knew that raggedy mouth." Oh, and then next day, you know, you probably all upset all over again. You know it. And then you're building that regret that we talked about, that grudge, because you're listening to this person that's over here pumping your head up. So, Key says, like I tell my kids, everyone isn't their friend.
Right.
The word friend is used too lightly. Yes.
Yes, it is. I mean, everybody your. I'm like, what's his name? Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. So. Yeah,
and you know, but Key and Keisha. Well, that's tough to say. It's like a tongue twister. Key and Keisha.
Key, Keisha. Hello, Key is Keisha.
Yeah, you're right. So Keisha and Keisha, but I gotta call her Key.
Okay.
Sometimes people out there collecting what they call friends. They collected them. They don't want a whole lot of friends because their self-esteem or they're not secure with themselves. And I think that's a lot why people run around here calling everybody a friend. And then people want to look cool. Yeah, you ought to see my circle. I got 5 million people in my circle. I don't want no 5. I can't even figure out 5 million people I know.
Right.
You know, so I think people, it's like, hey, who is that? Yeah, it's my friend, dog. Especially if it's the opposite sex. What did this person really say? Oh, I'm his friend. But you just really cold words said, it ain't my woman. It ain't my wife. I don't even know what title she got, so I'm just calling her my friend to make her feel good. No, you're playing with somebody's feelings.
I'm confused. Oh, you saying that if you and that person rocking together?
Y'all.
Was I the only one confused in the chat?
Y'all smash it. I'm trying not to say these words, so y'all just.
Oh, you saying? Oh, okay. Well, say that.
Well, I'm trying to look at all.
You could have said friend with benefits. You could have said
physical friends. So, you know, but when you say that's my friend, how is that woman taking this? I mean, she really thinks she's your friend with hopes of being your lady, with hopes of being your wife.
hold on. Ooh, pick me, pick me. Y'all did a show on this last night. Y'all did a show on this last night. You know what I'm saying? If y'all just smash, I mean, if y'all just friends with benefits, then y'all just friends with benefits. You can't go in there thinking that, like Tony said, they, or was that you? I don't know.
I
One of
don't
y'all
know.
said it. But last night y'all said that, some people they'll hear that, I don't want to be in a relationship with you, but then they'll turn around and be like, well, I know that I can change his mind or I can change her mind and stuff. No, the person said that they wasn't looking for that, baby. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. I mean, so if y'all are friends with benefits.
Hey, what about this person that ain't had too many partners in their life?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm speaking of the opposite sex. You got this guy. I'm gonna just use a guy,
Okay.
and he done had two girlfriends in his life. One was in the third grade that didn't really count,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe the one he got now. In my opinion, the fear factor of starting over. Do you think? Well, I think we touched on it, but do you think people put up with so much crap because they feel like they don't have any other options?
Now, some people may feel like they don't have any options, but my thing is, like I know some people that, if you got like a smooth personality. So, for instance, I got, well, in the little group or whatever, the dude, he wasn't interested in her no whatsoever, but her personality was so dope, that after a while he started growing feelings for her. So sometimes, you know what I'm saying, like a man loves a woman that respects herself. So if you being a pig Misha, then you know what I'm saying, they ain't gonna want you. So no, you too available. You can't be too available. Like you always available, ma'am.
It never fails. He should go say something that I ain't never heard of in my life. A pig mission. Hey, I'm gonna go through these comments because we got quite a few. My friend, okay, big word. My friend family despises him. So your friend's family despises him
Oh,
because he treat his friend like blood family, but they treated him like an outcast growing up. He said he created his own family now, and they don't like it.
oh, like who cares?
Well, I'm gonna invite him, Big Merc, to go back to chapter 1 of my life when they treated me like crap. We're on chapter 23 now, and I'm gonna do what's best for me. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you, man, there are a lot of relationships out there, a lot of friendships where they are legit. And these people are like brothers or sisters or brothers and sisters. There there's I think I don't even want to say that. I'm gonna talk to Keisha about that offline, but there are people out there that have friends, but they think in order to maintain their friendship, they have to, or sometimes will feel like they're put in a predicament to cross the line. I'm trying to talk around this because this may be a future topic that we do.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to, and I apologize, y'all. So, Big Murph on that one, I say, man, I agree with the friend. We got to, hey, what up, Time? Hey, man, I remember
Hey,
the
time
episode.
is in the building, y'all.
Hey, you remember that? He said, is that Time? Time, that's you, Time. I feel like I was in a 70s movie. What up, Time? Point blank spirits and chat, family, respect and blessing, stay consistent and healthy. I like that.
What
Right,
time?
Big Murph. Time said ego can truly mess up a relationship and friendship. It's not always trauma.
Right, right. That is true. That is true.
How many people are running around? Y'all did a episode on apologizing. You
Mhm.
and Kizzy. How many people are said, I'm not going to apologize because I didn't do nothing wrong?
A
And if
lot of people.
those people didn't do nothing wrong, what the hell y'all mad about? I mean, if you didn't do nothing wrong and I didn't do nothing wrong, what are we mad about? Somebody had, but that's where you got to talk about because a lot of times there's a misunderstanding in there that could be quickly resolved. Now that whole episode that you brought up about somebody sleeping with somebody, man, I don't know about them.
Oh no, no, no. We can't. No.
Hey Ryan, you back? You was in this joint last night. Said,
What's
baby
going
mama
on,
mad.
Ryan?
Baby, hey, that's the same thing you said last night, man.
Mama.
Oh, you were here. You
Oh,
reading it?
what's it? Oh, yeah, I see it. You went
Yeah.
too
See,
fast on.
Key agreed. The word friend is at an all-time high, man. Everybody's friend. And keep in mind,
Mhm.
y'all, I'm gonna get on YouTube in a minute, boy, and I'm gonna keep it brief though. I'm just gonna keep it brief, and I'm gonna give y'all my opinion. Jed said, thank you for letting everybody know he the honey slanger
The
up in
honey slanger, y'all.
the
Y'all want that honey? Jeg's email is in the chat.
Let me clear this up for anybody that's confused right now. It's real honey from bees that
Right.
Jed sells. It
Yes.
ain't no, we don't want no misconceptions out there, the wrong thing. He really selling honey that you can put on your toast, your biscuits, your chicken, or whatever you want to put it on. So
Right.
I don't want everybody to say, oh man, that's the honey slanger. Let me go look his channel up. That's
His wife go get you.
yeah. Friends come in and out of your life for different reasons. Some for a season and some for lessons. Some lessons yours and some theirs.
That is true. Because I've learned a lot of things through, friendships and just acquaintances. You know what I'm saying? You take something from everybody. Hold on, what broke farmer say you can learn anything from a dummy. You can learn anything from anybody. It doesn't matter if they smart, dumb, whatever. You can learn a lot of things from different people. You can learn what not to do, how not to be, how to be. Maybe saying you may want to change the way you're living, the way your attitude is, because you see somebody else with just such positive attitude, and you like, okay, I like that. Like, maybe I need to stop being such a Debbie Downer. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. And I'm gonna circle back around because saying this here, friends come and go, man. I think, and I know Jags and anybody else that served in the military can probably relate to this. I met some people that I considered friends. And I either did a 3-year tour or a 4-year tour. And I could be moving or they could be moving. The majority of them I never stayed in touch with. And I felt, and I had to transfer to a whole new ship every 3 to 4 years.
Right.
I had to start over. And I'm gonna tell you, man, it became easier as I got higher up in rank. But when I was a younger sailor, man, it was tough. And I'm gonna touch on something else, man. We up here talking about the dating and all these big people, grown people. What about these little kids that have to start over when they change schools?
Oh yeah, I used to hate that
What
because
about
you
these?
just got friends in that school. Then you got to change to another school, so you got to make friends all over, and so yeah, that sucked too.
Hey, there's Jag's email. Y'all can hit him up if you're interested in some honey. He may have a website or something
Yeah.
he can send you. But I'm gonna tell y'all, man, one of my biggest fears of life was being a child, having to switch schools and start over because I saw how the kids that came to my school, and I'm talking about elementary, y'all, even high school. I saw how the kids were treated. They really had to prove themselves, and a lot of time proving themselves was getting into a fight or altercation
Mm.
for no reason, just because you're not from here. So think about the kids when we think about these starting over. At least 1 year sometimes sort of depends on the person and the situation. So I think Jerry said know him for a year. Hey, we got Tanya in the
Oh,
house.
how long time you been here?
Oh, she been here a minute. I'm slow as hell with these comments. She been here for a second. I saw it. I said, oh
In
God.
the building, everybody. Somebody is late. I knew she was here.
Yeah, she
I
been
meant
here.
to say something earlier. I'm sorry, Tanya. Tanya
Yeah,
is in the
she's
building.
been here. I have friends I met a few years ago that seem closer than my friends of 30 plus years. That's another one. Because a lot of those friends from 30 years ago still talking about what we did 30 years ago. Hey, man, you remember when we went to high school game and we got them nachos? Hell no, I don't remember when we went and got no
Them
nachos.
game nachos was everything. I don't know how you don't remember them nachos
Man, because I've had a lot that happened. But then,
with the jalapenos.
yeah, I ain't like them jalapeno, but
You tripping.
you you got, like Yolo said, these friends that come into your life now that are on the same level, mental level as you.
You outgrow some people, just to be honest. Like, you know what I'm saying? the same things we were doing 30 years ago, I'm on a whole different level now. And now you done met friends that are on the same level that you are. And I ain't saying like level as in financial or anything like that. I'm just saying maybe mentally we're on a different level. Or maybe like spiritually, we're on a different level. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what Yolo was saying. Some people, that you known in the past that you feel like was um cool or whatever. Then you meet new people and y'all are more like-minded. Yolo likes to travel and she did a Alaskan video. Y'all gotta go check my girl video out. It was good too. I told her, I said, shoot, you making me want to go to Alaska. Big Merc said them nachos is fire, Keish. Yeah, them school nachos fire.
But Big Merc, I got more to talk about that. I'll tell you one thing I went through, y'all talking about starting over. I left Arkansas and I went to California. But I didn't stop in California. I traveled the world. And when I wasn't there for no 8 hours, I was, man, at one point in my life, I had been to more places around the world than I had been in the United States. Fiji, Samoa, Thailand, Philippines, Korea. I can keep going on and on. Brunei, places I ain't never heard of. Abu Dhabi, do everywhere, man. And you know what my friends told me when I went back to Arkansas? Man, we don't want to hear about that, man. Let's talk about what we used to do in 19. No. But you can't. It's hard. And I'm thinking about several people here. There are several travelers in here. The people I know, YOLOs, the Tanyas from Event Yours, and anybody else in here that travel. It's hard. Big Murph. It's hard for a person to understand what you're experiencing when they've never experienced it. And you may have to cut the
Tanya travels too.
Yeah, I said Tanya.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I ain't gonna leave Tanya out, man. I'm already late to her comment. It's just an automatic head busting if I keep it up. So
did I say YOLO? I said Alaska, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, shoot, I hope I ain't say no R because it's good. It was a good video. Okay.
Yeah, it was. It was, man. YOLO, where you at in that video? Last time I saw you had about 8,000 views, man. Got me wanting.
8,000 views.
Yeah, close to it. Yeah. So, time said, my brother, I truly is not changing what's been working for me all my life. I'm still going to drink my tea in the morning at the same table and thank the Lord every day. Blessings flow regardless. There you go.
Amen.
And that's an individual that they're not going to let a routine set them back. That time is not going to he's not going to change his routine because of fear. And sometimes, I found out what I was afraid of, Keisha, was so much better for me. I found out the thing I was resisting for years, for decades, was so much better for me. But I had this certain lifestyle, and I'm not talking about financial, y'all. This ain't about no finance. I had this certain lifestyle, the traveling, the other stuff. And that's when I scaled down PBT or points blank travel, that was part of that reconnecting with myself era, because I was starting over in various ways. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about starting over in life in every possible way. I was taking a test and I thought I was failing, but I think I came out pretty good.
I don't know what Key was laughing at because you probably got to the comment like 18 hours.
All right, y'all, we're going to have a moment of silence. I'm going to go through. I truly don't want a lot of friends. Most of your closer friend will turn into your enemy. All right. I was waiting on you to say something and not pick Misha. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna y'all.
If I said pick Misha about an hour ago. No, I'm just kidding.
Some people don't want to start over because of time. That's a good one.
Oh yeah. You know what? Women, we feel like we put a lot of time into it, we're more invested with time, and men are more invested with money. Like the first thing we say is, no, I've been with him for like 10 years. And I wasted like 10 years on him. So, but then men, they be like, I done wasted all this money. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like it's different. Men are more focused on like how much they done shoveled out, and women are more concerned about how much time they wasted. Because, unlike men, y'all to be whole silver foxes. We done waited 10 years. You done sat here and took all my youth, all my pretty years away. And now, you know what I'm saying? Now I got to go try to start over.
And starting over can seem defeating. You can feel defeated a lot of different days. Time said these kids today don't have a real big mama. A real big mama. We did a show on that a couple different
Yeah, they
shows.
got. Yeah, him and Tanya did a.
Yeah, Tanya and I did a show on this. And when I say big mama, I'm talking about a big mama that had two good wigs
Ain't
that
nothing
she
wrong with
only wore for the Lord, and her pocketbook was her bosoms.
Brazier.
Was it? Well, I think they said
Oh no,
bosom.
no! Oh, you said pocketbook. Wait a minute, her pocketbook was her bosom. Oh yeah, yeah, that was right. Pocketbook. You know when your mama used to, oh, she used to embarrass you. She'd be digging all up in, like, golly, you want something gonna pop out. Your mama didn't do that. Your mama didn't keep her money in her bra.
If she did, I ain't never see it. Thank God.
Oh my God, you the only one. How many people in the chat, mama kept their money in their bra? They I thought
I
that was
think my grandma did. I know one of my grandmas did, but then they turn it into an event, man. They don't just go in the store and put. They gotta like, hold on, baby. Let grandma dig. All,
oh, we went all up in. I'm like, yeah, Lee. I hope you find it. What the 20s at on this side and the boys over here.
How about you start this evolution before we get out the car? That's what we won't you do that. But
She didn't know how much she was gonna need. I'm like, so keep it safe. She
I
said
think
she
a lot
got
of
to work
people
on
thought they
nobody
was gonna get
robbing it.
robbed.
Huh?
I don't want to pull it out on the street. They might rob me. Ain't nobody. Okay.
They right. Keep it right. Keep it where it's at.
So that's on the big mamas. There are some friends you go with, and then there's some friends you definitely have to leave behind. Yep.
Tony said my mama titties weren't big enough for all the days. I mean all days. For women, hold
Hold
on.
on, let me see where you
at.
at. Once your eyes open to something new, your old friends can't relate. Yep. And I'm gonna come back. I got to get to Tanya's.
Once your eyes open to something new, then yeah, right. So yeah, you on a whole different level.
I think what she said is my mama's breast wasn't big enough for all of that.
All that. Oh,
Yeah, she had an extra.
all that. Okay, I got it. Cause I was
Yeah.
like all day. No, okay, that makes sense.
All right, let me go up here. Y'all, man, hey, I love this when y'all interact, man, because we all have had some type of situation we had to start over. It may be something minute, it may be something large. I know.
Chill Will said casino action is in that bra. So yeah, she said she keeps her money in her bra too. And then who else? Big Murph said his mama did boob socks and Lord who knows where else.
I wonder, was there ever a time where people started going for the bra instead of the purse?
Those considered pervs. Yeah.
You don't
Why
care.
you trying to automatically rob me for my chest? Like, why would you do this?
I ain't gonna rob nobody for nothing. I ain't going to jail for none of that. You can never let anyone knock you off your square because it's always that person, but it is always the devil trying to play tricks on me. But I walk with the Lord. There you go.
Yes, that's good.
Make sure I'm going to be the majority of people are scared to. Yeah, I'm going to say the majority of people are scared to start over because of that person in the mirror. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Failure is the reason why people do not want to start over. It's time. It's not time. It's failure. Now, I told Keisha earlier today when we was going over this. I have several words I don't like to use. Failure is one of them. And not because time said it. I was thinking because I read something today that was talking about failure. That's the word they use. And they were saying, don't look at yourself as a failure. Well, let's change the word failure to a setback. A lot of times the mind, it's a delicate thing. If you start keep telling yourself, man, I'm failing, I'm tired of failing, you're gonna believe you're a failure. I'm saying this because it was times when I went through my reconstructive surgery, and I ain't talking about in the old operating room, my life surgery.
Mm-hmm.
It was times I felt like I had failed and I had let people down. But you have to say, this is a setback, this is an obstacle. And now you might have to have a support system, but that's when them friends gonna come into play. And then I'm telling you, man, boy, your friend. Now, if you want to get a small circle, have a problem. Your circle gonna get small because, oh man, every time I talk to that dude, he bringing me down. I already got enough problems. Go ahead.
I don't understand the people that feel like they gotta have like 100 people around them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know, have you ever had that? Known those family members or those, we ain't gonna say friends, but you know, people that just had to have like an entourage everywhere they went.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I never liked that because there were too many people. Nobody could make up their mind. Like when I was in the
Oh,
Navy and we going out and there's like 10 or 12 of us.
ooh,
Well, I want to go ride the four wheelers. Well, I want to go to the bar. Well, I want to get some of these, man, look here, 2, 3 max. Because it's just, before you know it, we ain't went nowhere. It's time to go
right.
back to the ship.
You ain't lying. The Griffins had a game night, and that was one of the questions. Would you rather have 100 people to do some, or ride with I mean, or go on vacation with 100 people? And I was like, or 20 people, or something like that. And I was like, I'd rather do the first one. And they were like, really? I was like, yeah, because we ain't gonna get nothing done. You got 20 people. I don't eat that. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't never gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? You get into the restaurant all late. You know you're gonna have to make reservations because too many people. And so you ain't gonna eat nowhere. Some folks don't stay at certain places. I don't stay at the Holiday Inn. Embassy Suites, which I love Embassy Suites too. But, you know,
Well, I'm going to hit you with something, Keisha. What about that person that's always short with the money?
oh well, you know, hold on. If it's 20 y'all, y'all can ante up.
No, you should have added up before we left and said you don't need to go because you ain't got no money. Don't depend on everybody else's pockets.
Right, right. I mean, if it's understood that, like, so say, like, I had a friend, she was going through financial problems. We all knew she was going through financial problems, so we knew we were gonna have to fit the bill if we wanted her to come, and we wanted her to come, so we ended up. But
Damn.
I understand what you're saying. If it's a type of person that, Tanya is crazy. Ain't nobody finna play with you today, Tanya. Tanya said a brokey. But yeah, I mean, we knew her situation, what she was going through, so you know we had to end it up because
Time says, like Queen said, it's different for a woman at 55 to start over than a man at 55. And I truly believe that. And
right.
that's going to lead me to jobs. I know people personally that were let go because of their age. And it wasn't that they couldn't do the job. I want y'all to open your minds up. It wasn't because they couldn't do the job. It wasn't because they were slow. They were more expensive. You got a person that's been on the job 10, 20, 30 years, and they're getting all these raises, and they've built up, and they still know the job. They know it like the back of their hand. They were getting replaced because they could bring in a young college kid, pay them a third of the salary, and profit the rest. What about that person having to start over? Because the chances, if you old here, you're probably gonna be old at the next 3-4 play. Now you might get lucky, but you gonna still, you know. And I like what Time said. But would that 55-year-old woman have that same problem? What you think, Keisha?
Um. Yeah. I mean, he's a little bit. I'm
All
sorry.
right.
He said that it's easier for a 55-year-old woman is gonna have more problems. I feel like she would have more problems getting a eligible bachelor than a 55-year-old man. I do. I mean, does everybody else feel like that in the chat? That women at 55 probably might have it harder than a man at 55. And the only reason why I say that is because, like I said, you know what I'm saying? We the ones, you know, they say, you know, we gotta make sure we do our facials and this, that, and the other to stay young forever. You know, you competing with, which I ain't gonna compete, but you competing with women that are younger. You're competing with women that got, you know, going to get all these different augmentations and the BBLs and all that, you know what I'm saying? So you competing with all kinds of different people, you know. So yeah, it's harder at 55 to find a new man than it is to find a new woman, because men, they don't have, it's understood that they don't even have to keep themselves up. They can go be slouchy and all that, and they still gonna get a woman, you know. We let us get slouchy.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think sometimes women have a higher standard
We
as
should.
they get up in age.
Everybody should though.
But it's a lot of, I don't know what they're looking for. Maybe they're looking for somebody to take care of. Maybe they're looking for cougars. I don't know what they're doing, but it's a lot of people out there that looking at older men because, going back with what Time said, I'm not saying every 55-year-old, but you may have a better chance of, I'm not going to go 55, I'm going to say 38, 40-ish and up. You may have a better chance of that person being established than a 22-year-old. I never understood that. I ain't got nothing in common with nobody 22. They gonna be saying words I don't understand. I gotta Google and chat GPT everything. And it took me 7 months to understand what lit mean because I grew up with lit mean you was drunk or high.
Okay.
Lit now mean it's cool. Oh, that party was lit. Oh, what everybody that was high? So but
okay. He said now the bra is the safe box. Try to go for my mama's pocket. Pocketbook. In her bra. I bet you break all your fingers, and then all your friends will be calling you numbs. I know that's right. Your mama.
So for Timmy, she had the pocketbook in because I'm used to
I used to do that back in school. I keep my money in my bra. I mean, because I saw them do it, and it made sense. If most of the time women do not have pockets, so
but do they put the money in there or the purse? Did you put the money?
No, you put the money in there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Fatima said they put the whole pocketbook in there.
She didn't mean it like that. Did you? I don't think she meant it like that. She was just saying that it was the pocketbook. Like
I was like Fatima, they took it to a whole new level with the whole pocketbook because.
Yeah, because I didn't drop money out of my purse and up here trying to reach for different things in my purse. So I was putting it in my darn bra too, but I didn't stop doing it. But I mean, it is. Hold on, like Chill was said, it is what it is.
That's what's up.
That's what she was saying.
So
that's what's up.
Tanya, so that's why I don't have committees for trips. I schedule mine and ask others if they want to go.
That's what you got to do sometimes. Like I got an itinerary and everything. If y'all down, this is the itinerary. This is where we're going, and let me know if you want to go, because that's what she calling for, brokies.
Yeah. Sometimes people just gotta go. But how many people get judged?
It says, I refuse to go anywhere with 20 people, Keisha. The only way I go out with 20 people is if everybody got their passport and we are going to another country and we all can do our individual thing. Okay, that's what we're gonna have to do with 20 people. I'm with you when you right, Time. I'm with you.
I'm gonna tell y'all, Time. I'm gonna tell you just from past experiences. The last place I'm going with 20 people is on an international trip.
He said they're gonna do their own individual thing. So,
all right, yeah.
And I hate when some people schedule stuff like, you know what I'm saying. Are we thinking about everybody tax bracket?
What reason where I'm going with this, and I see what Time is saying. Everybody doing, but traveling internationally has some laws that are totally different than what we have. And I got somebody over here doing what's normal in the United States, but over there it is abnormal. Yeah. And guess what? They can be on their individual journey, but it's something about places I've been overseas. They sure do like to group Americans together.
Which one is that where the women have to be fully covered? Is that Abu Dhabi?
The Middle East in general.
No, I thought it was
all of them.
Everybody got convertibles in it. The one where you
Dubai, Bahrain.
Like, don't you have to be fully covered in Dubai?
Yeah. And when I went over there, Keisha, it was so different. I went over there the first time I witnessed Ramadan. Mm-hmm. I had watched Malcolm X right before that, the movie.
Right.
And so I had somewhat of a clue, but the Navy, we conform to the laws of every country we go to. Mm-hmm. During Ramadan, if they couldn't eat and drink and smoke in public, neither could we. We had to be on base behind closed gates, not out in the public. The young ladies that went out off the ship had to be covered, no skin showing with the exception of their hands. Some of them wore a little hijab, I think.
So you had to have the thing, okay.
And you better not act no fool out there.
But that woman in Dubai, they got locked up and everybody was so upset about it. They got different laws there, and I can't remember. Oh, she was I think they don't allow cursing, right? Is that the one where they don't allow cursing? She
Uh,
was
I
cussing
didn't
up a storm.
I didn't experience that, but I know it's highly frowned upon to look another man's wife in the eyes. So I just walk with my head down. I ain't trying to figure out who's wife and whose girlfriend. I just walk like this.
Right, because I know she white.
I ain't got time to be over there in no 20-year bid and don't
By the
know.
hands, is the hand covered up?
No,
Okay,
no.
I guess so. You'll know who got a wife.
I don't remember if they had rings or not. I can't remember. It's been some years ago.
Okay.
Uh, the reason I said that because I looked at Vivica Fox, Claudia Jordan, Lisa Ray, Oprah Winfrey's friend Gail. A man has 55 is dating women that are 36. They live in their best life.
Yeah, you're right.
Great point. Great point.
And all them single.
Chill was
And they're beautiful women.
yeah.
Yeah. So
And they're intelligent. That's
Claudia Jordan is pretty. Vivica, Lisa Ray. I'm trying to look shoot. So yeah.
all right. So I can feel that with a lot of women at the age of 55-year-old, it can get difficult in trying to find a decent relationship. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just really depends on where, I guess, where you're looking, but do you find what you're looking for? Keisha, in 2026, a man cannot be sloppy, slouchy. He can't be none of that. And he has to have his finances together, especially today in 2026. The character is out the door.
So wait a minute, hold on. They're saying that a man cannot be sloppy and slouchy. Shoot. Okay.
But
I'm,
see
I'm halfway with you on this because
what he thought in there, or what time is putting in there as a caveat of
the finances.
You can't be sloppy. Yeah, he has. Now I can tell you, I done seen some women. They don't care how much money you got. You ain't about to be slouchy around them. And I done seen some women. You can come in there looking like who does it, what for, and how come. And if you got a pocket full of money, my uncle had a bunch of money, and he owned a club back in Arkansas. This dude went to the club. He had a plumbing or electrician outfit. He had some Dickies, a light blue shirt with his name on the pocket, and didn't do no work. He wasn't nobody's plumber, but that's just how he was comfortable. And guess what? This dude would be at the bar and have women line up. But I just have to say what Time said. That was back in the day. That wasn't 2026. So, I mean, I don't know what they're doing now.
I don't know, because some women date men just because they are financially stable. That's why you got 80-year-old men with 30-year-old wives. Who's that? Did Morgan Freeman get a 20-some-year-old wife?
Hey, Tanya don't believe it. She said, "You know what, Rod? You act like you grew up in a bubble sometimes." No, I wouldn't say a bubble, but Tanya, you if you went to my hometown, you would see exactly what I'm talking about. I spent a lot of time living vicariously through what I saw back at the time, the 2 or 3 TV stations that we had before cable came out. I'm not the only one. I'm sure it was like that in New York. It was like that in major cities, small places. But I think you have broader opportunities in the bigger cities where we didn't have that. And for me to go to the next city, say a Little Rock or a Pine Bluff, I had to know someone with a car. A lot of my friends didn't have cars. There was no bus system. There was no taxi system. There was no subway. You just stuck like Chuck. So tell y'all I'm in a bubble. All right. And global entry. Hey, and now that's another. A lot of people running around here now. If you ain't got global entry, see, Tanya said in the road with her, you got to have global entry. And that's when you ain't waiting in no lines. You just rolling through.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's when you have to go to get that. Would you skip the line? What is it called?
Yeah, you skip all of the TSA or whatever.
Yeah. Shoot, sometimes that line be, if everybody done got hip, that line be just as long.
Yeah, last time I flew, the general boarding was quicker than the TSA and global entry. The best place to go with 20 friends is Jamaica. I cannot allow my country of Costa Rica, Bahamas, Barbados, Trinidad, my grandmother's eyes, St. Kitts. Okay, beautiful St. Lucia. Okay, and that may be different. I've been to Bahamas, but I haven't been to the other places. So that may be a lot different.
Are you a male or female? Because I don't want to accidentally say he said or she said, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to mislabel anybody. I'm just curious because I don't see a picture. I don't see of,
Right. Yeah. Are you a female or a male? I don't want to guess, but
my guess would, well, I guess I shouldn't guess.
yeah, that's what I'm doing. I want to.
Yeah.
Big Mercy, I said an older man probably got money that attracts the woman he's with. Money talk, most women are attracted to money. They'll look past age and looks to get that coin. That's why it's easier for men. But I think I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I think there's a lot of women out there that don't give a damn about how much money you got because they got their own money. They got their own money. I think this money game is getting shorter and shorter. That ain't no leverage no more.
But I'm sorry. I've always said just because the person has money does not mean that they're going to share it with you. You know what I'm saying? Women begin with these men talking about, oh, he got this and he ride this and he got a Rolls Royce and he running around in a Benz and all that. Okay, that's his stuff. That does not mean that he's going to share with you, my love. You know what I'm saying? What you
Time answered that question. Time, I totally agree with you. She said, Time said, my brother, I'm not taking no one to Scotland, to Greece, to Italy, to Peru. That is for wifey. That is not for no 20.
Okay, you answered it then.
And that's a good point. But the point that I'm getting out of that, those 20 friends have certain destinations that Time is gonna be in the 20 friend category. And that makes sense because, hey, Time, now are you originally from the Caribbean? Because I think that's what I got out that other one. And that's another thing. A lot of people, when I travel to places, I often say, man, I wish I'd have went with someone that knew the area.
No.
Now we done got way off.
I know, right? We supposed to be
over here making up the breakup and breaking up the makeup or whatever we supposed to be doing. All right, so
what's Arkansas?
Yeah, she's talking about it's Arkansas. Yeah. I tell you, we need to go down there one day. You'll be like, Lord, have mercy. Get me out of here, Rod. Get me out of here.
Give Tanya another reason to be kicked off the island.
Tanya be like, man,
Arkansas. She can't survive.
I've been here 3 hours. I'm ready to go, Rod. Okay. Matter of fact, you ain't got. I'm gonna catch an Uber. Tanya, it ain't no Uber.
Okay, you catch an Uber all the way too.
And that's why your uncle was able to pull the ladies at the bar in a pair of Dickies. Mm-hmm. But the dude did have a lot of charisma, though. He had a lot of charisma. All right, okay. Time says, man, yeah, we got that time. Thank you.
What?
I love women that look just like you and Viola, that look just like you and Viola Davis. I'm going to be right back so I can put my picture up. I love my chocolate women. Okay.
Well, you know what? I think Viola Davis is beautiful. Even when she took off her makeup and what was the name of that show? She was How to Get Away with Murder. I think she's pretty. I really do. And then she had beat herself up for that Woman King movie. Snatched to the guards. Okay.
Fatima got a good point. Realistically speaking, not trying to sound like a bum with excuses. Is the system set up for every person of age to have their stuff together?
No, it's not. That's a good topic too. But no, it is not. It is not set up for everybody to have their stuff together. I mean, because you have
No, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Because I mean you have say, you didn't go to college. Your mother didn't go to college. Her mama didn't, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they instill that in a person's mind that they can't do it. And it just starts over generationally, like, you know what I'm saying? So, and then the reason why they feel like that is because maybe they didn't have enough money. You know, I don't know. I think it's just like a generational thing. And some people are able to break out of that cycle, and then some people are not.
I think one of the biggest issues, I know just because I went through it don't mean it's an issue across the board, but I saw it a lot. I've heard it a lot having an investing channel. People that look like me think they have a lot of time. We live for the day. So I got to say, no, I don't think that every person of age has to have their stuff together, because there's a lot of people of age that may not be financially rich, but they may be spiritually rich. They may be motivationally rich. Now, I know some people say, well, motivation and spirit ain't going to help me keep my lights on. I need some money, but I just think I don't think that everybody that's a certain age is expected to have their stuff together. I just don't think that.
Yeah.
And for me, looking into my future is not about how much money a guy makes; it's what he does with his money. Ooh,
Yes, you better preach, Fatima. I cannot, and I think Tanya had brought this up. She did a video on what was it? Pretty privilege. Y'all gotta go back and watch that video. She need to redo that video because we needed more participation. Everybody was out of town. Tanya, you need to redo pretty privilege. But yeah, she did a thing about pretty privilege, and wait a minute, let me see. To me, it was like pretty sure about.
yeah, we already read that one.
Oh yeah, and she was saying that I forgot where I was going with this, but she said that it doesn't make sense for a man car to cost more than his house. So a lot of people are financially irresponsible because I'm like, if your house costs less than your car, are you making good financial decisions? Unless you were given the house, you know what I'm saying? But even the value of the house, why your car costs more than the value of the house? You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you, Fatima. Some people just financially irresponsible, and they'll, put that financial irresponsible. If y'all get together and they financially irresponsible, but you may be financially responsible. You budget your money and you do what you're supposed to do, and you just trying to make it right. But they out here blowing money. That's not evenly yoked. And I feel like that's not gonna work because I done been in that situation. Because I'm a saver, and I've dated people that were spinners, and I'd be looking like, what is going on? Like, why are we just disrespecting money like that? You just throwing money, like, you know what I'm saying? You just disrespectful towards money, and I don't understand that.
One of the things that changed in my life, which was that I had to start over with, Keisha, was I used to blow money like crazy, but I got put in a couple start over circumstances where I had to look at money differently. And I can go and blow a lot of money, but I want to have not necessarily memories, but memories.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get a memory, but this to me is maturity and age. I don't get a memory from a pair of Jordans. I don't get a memory from a pair of dress shoes or a suit. I get a memory from going somewhere, traveling somewhere, just different stuff. But I think when we had the spenders and the savers, some people spend like that because they're not used to having anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you
I
right.
was that person. I wasn't used to having a lot. So when I got it, I ran out and I spent it. I spent my money, especially when I first got in the Navy. We got paid on the 1st and 15th. And on the 28th of the month, I had already spent my money for the first. I knew everything I was going to go do.
What's that on your wrist?
Which one? This one?
No, the other one. What's that right there?
This is a celebratory gift to myself.
What is the celebratory gift? What is it called?
It's a Rolex.
Okay. How much would something celebratorily like that cost?
Damn, Keisha.
I'm just saying, some people.
But I'm gonna say how. Now, when I tell you how I did this, when I tell everybody how I did this, you're gonna see what I mean. This is kind of when I transitioned from that spender. I had the money to go get it, and I had the credit to go get it. I had the credit cards to go get it. This watch costs about $6,000. Let me just go and blow your mind. I have 2 of them.
That's irresponsible.
But hold on. I worked my ass off. I worked 84. Y'all see a roll. I worked 84 hours a week. But when I purchased this, I had investments out the ass. When I purchased this, I didn't go and run. Hold on, let me finish. I paid off my car. My car actually was about, because I think I financed for 13 or 15 months. My car at the time was $400 a month. Instead of running out, getting me a new car, I kept that old car. I used the money. I got a 0% financing on this watch. I used my car note for 13, 14, whatever the month. I want to say 15 months. And I put down a down payment. And that's how I purchased this watch. Now, notice, I don't come up here flicking the wrist. You had to ask, and I didn't even want to say because some people they see it and they say, "Oh man, he got that." No, I got this for me. I got it for Rod. I got it for working hard.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you sound like my brother. When go ahead.
Go ahead and tell your story about your brother.
So when my brother first saw this, tell you I see you still in the building. When my brother first saw, he said, "Hey man, is that a road?" I said, he said, "What does it do?" I said, "Don't do nothing. Tell the time and the date." He said, "So how much?" And I told him. He said, "Man, that is."
Your phone do that too, and a smartwatch will do the same thing.
I got a smartwatch that I don't even wear.
Okay.
But he was in San Diego when this happened. I took him to a place, and it wasn't me. I had on like some shorts and a t-shirt, kind of like I am now. But I'm not running around here trying to get my wrist cut off, showing it off to everybody. This is something for Rod. It's not for the general public. So my brother understood. When I broke it down to him and he saw some other things that I explained to him, then it was a different thing. Mm-hmm. But now, did I take my last $2 like that blues song and buy this? No.
Well, I feel like if you work, you should have some things that you like. But at the same time, like I just don't see the point in throwing all that money into a watch. A watch. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Let me break down.
It doesn't do anything special. It's just
let me break something down for the people in the back.
Smartphone will tell you how many steps you made today.
Okay, but I'm gonna tell you something about a smartphone. I'm gonna tell you about a smartphone. Now, would you spend $40,000 on a car?
40? No.
Okay. Yeah, I knew she was gonna say no, but I'm about to take you on a journey, Keisha. I don't know how the hell we got on this topic, but I'm gonna take you on a journey. A car, a smartphone, and half the stuff we buy are depreciating assets. Mm-hmm. I can take this watch on my darkest day right now, and I guarantee you I'll get more money. I had this watch since 1993. I will get more money for this watch today than I paid for it. I guarantee you. This is an investment. And a lot of people don't. When you purchase things, are you purchasing assets or are you purchasing depreciating assets?
Time said, Keisha, if I told you you can go on a shopping spree with $6,000, would you go on that shopping spree or would you say no? I would take that $6,000 and invest it in stocks.
So would I.
I'm not invested in clothes or whatever else you can buy for $6,000. I love all my money, all of it. I'm not broke. I just ain't finna throw money away. That's disrespectful towards money. We do not disrespect.
But when you buy, you just said you buy some stock. When you buy stock,
I'm buying stock to make money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not buying stock because I just like the name of it.
Man, you and I had this conversation the other day talking about a stock, so I got to be careful how I say this. Because if I say it a certain way, you're gonna be right. But a stock,
I don't see how you.
A stock is taking a chance. When you purchase stock, you're taking a chance. You don't know the value of it at the end of the day, the end of the year. I don't care what company it is. Microsoft right now lost me more money than any stock in 2025.
Right by darn.
But this watch has not depreciated. This here is like a commodity. I was buying gold, silver. I was buying everything that was.
I'd rather buy gold and silver. I'd rather buy gold and silver than to buy that watch. I'm just saying.
That's what we men do. We buy things we like. It's irresponsible when women buy things they like they deserve it. See,
I don't spend a whole lot of money. So I mean, yeah. So if I buy anything, I did deserve it.
Hey, Tanya want to know how much is too much
for a watch. I buy about $50. I don't care what y'all say about me in the chat. It only tells time. Like, what is it doing? At least a smartwatch will do some things. Smartwatch will keep up with your heart rate. It'll clock your steps. You can do your schedule. You can answer phone calls, look at emails, answer text messages. I don't understand. Hey, Game Master is in the bit. Did you speak to Game Master?
Yeah, during your destroying me of the watch. Yeah, I spoke to it. Now I'm gonna show you something in a minute. Because I gotta go to the restroom.
Game Master said investing in Pokemon has made him more money than S&P 500.
Now, I bet you would say, Keisha would say, y'all, I ain't trying to put Keisha on the spot. We just kind of took a detour. Keisha would say buying Pokemon cards is crazy. That's irresponsible. It's wasting
Not
money.
if he said it makes him more than S&P.
Now, how many people know that? How many mothers out there talking about no?
Like, let me tell you something, because I'm a homesteader. Did you know that worm farming is the highest? It will give you more revenue than me having my chickens or me having any other animal on this. And people can worm farm from anywhere. Like they can have, if you got a garage, you can do a worm farm. You can get a tote and some dirt and whatnot, and people are making money. I'm talking about bank off of worms. So he knows his stuff. He knows that Pokemon makes him money. I know that worms will make me money.
I knew this Rolex would make me money.
That Rolex, don't say nothing else. Don't watch.
But I also have a system, and that's what a lot of people don't have, Keisha, when they go buy stuff and are irresponsible, they don't have a strategy. I look at a video that I just dropped yesterday. In 1 year, I made 1,300 and some percent return on my investment. That paid for this watch alone.
I probably would have put it in some more. I want to make more money.
I left it there. I didn't take it. I didn't take profits. But y'all, we don't want to get too far off here.
Yeah, because we all off topic.
No, we ain't. You over here trying. Hey, okay. So, hey, I got to go to the restroom. I can't hold it. I've been holding it, man. I'm gonna have a flood. We're gonna have a Class A flood over here. So, plus, I gotta show you something that. Yeah, give me 1 sec. But keep on. Just keep read it there, and I'll be right back. Just gotta go to the restroom real quick.
Okay. Let me. Oh, okay. Okay. Let me find the one on the side because that thing is so little. I'm gonna find your comment, Chill Will. Okay. Let me say this to clear up some of what I have been saying here. I am not perfect, but I love to see people win, eat, enjoy life in a good way. I'm sorry. I hang out and sip time to time, but God knows my heart. That's right, Chill Will. We know your heart too. Let me see. Let me go to the next comment. Oh, I can't do that. I'm acting like I could control the dirt. I forgot he has to hit this stuff. But Game Master said, worm farming would like a nice hustle, side hustle. I mean hustle, but it's basically like a side hustle. So yeah, but y'all should look it up. Worm farming, and you can literally keep these like in a garage or I don't know, in a shed or you know what I'm saying, anywhere. And make bank off of some worms. People fishing is big game. Why am I still talking? We ain't supposed to be talking about it because it's off subject. Right. It's a vintage Rolex. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it vintage? Because like what? People spend money on the things that they experience more. You know what? And I'd rather spend the money on an experience, Tanya. I'd rather, because at least I have pictures and I enjoy myself. If I spend $6,000, some people like spend crazy money on clothing. If I spend $6,000 on the top, oh, okay, like that, I feel like that's stupid. I'm sorry.
Well, let me get a little more stupider. Let me get a little more stupider. I'm trying to piss off y'all, but seriously, man, it's all about how you do stuff like that. If like me, if I take a bunch of cruises, I'm not going to go talk to somebody about how many cruises I'm going on that can't go. Same with this watch. I've been places I won't even wear this watch because I don't want anybody to feel a certain type of way. That's the type of person I am. I don't like showing off. I used to. I was a dude when I walked into the room, everybody was going. I was that dude that did the electric slide through the front door. See? It was like a nice hustle. This is it right here. People work hard every day and they spend money on what they want.
Dog, she said they experience more often on things they experience more often. Oh, I told her I'd rather spend the money on an experience. I'd rather spend it on a vacation because at least I did get something out of it. I
but
had a good time. I enjoyed myself. I ate good. I lived good. If vacation sounds good, I spent some money on a vacation. I rented out a yacht. Hold on, had a personal chef. Like that's you gonna
but
ball, do
you
it
know what,
right.
Keisha, and I feel
Ain't no
you.
ball on no watch.
I feel you. My thing is, I've traveled. Now, if I me traveling now, I want to travel with my partner because I didn't do that. I traveled with the Navy. I created some hell of experiences, but I didn't create experiences with my partner. So that's still on the list. That's one of the reasons I invest. So, and I do points and miles and all this other stuff, so I can just jet set wherever I want. What you laughing at, man? I don't even want to
That
read.
darn Big Murphy's crazy. Yellow enjoy. She probably long gone. I wanted to mess with her. She actually got 9,500 on her video. Mm-hmm.
Wow,
No, look, 8,000. She got 9,500.
wow, wow.
Yeah, that was good, and the video was good.
Very good. I watched. I think I watched it twice. Lord forbid if the worms break free. Can you imagine a worm infested garage?
They in a tote. They can't climb up that tote.
Okay, so Tanya said, what I mean is if someone goes
Hold on, don't. We're not gonna skip Fatima. We're not gonna skip
I'm sorry,
Fatima.
Fatima. I'm sorry. It probably jumped on me. Put it this way, Keisha. If Rod had to start over financially, he wouldn't have to take out a loan.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I didn't take out a loan.
No. She said you can give up that watch.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. When in 2010, when I was dead broke, I was looking for stuff to sell. I was like I was looking for stuff to sell, but I refused to sell my watch. I refused because of the sentimental value it had to me. But see, you have to like my grandfather and my great grandfather. He was a big watch guy, and my grandfather. So it was kind of like something that I learned from them, and I looked up to them. So Tanya said, What I mean is, if someone goes to banquets often, then they're more likely to have tuxedos or gowns in their closet. But if a person doesn't go to those events on a regular, then they don't.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So she's saying that they spend the money on the clothing for like different events. Is that what she's saying?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you now.
And Tanya's agreeing with Big Murphy about the worms breaking loose. So now I will tell you, rarely, I really don't. The only time I wear this watch, Keisha, is when I do videos or lives. I don't even wear this on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even wear a watch on a daily basis. I don't care what time it is unless I have somewhere to be and I have a phone. Kind of what you said. I have a phone. I don't really need. Do I need this watch? No. And if I ever would it come a day, my goal, I don't want. There's a reason I have two of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they so I can ball out of control.
Why would you buy two though?
I have two grandsons, and I want to do something for them that wasn't done for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to hand these down with probably about 13,000 stipulations. I'm gonna come back and haunt you if you ever sell it out. No, really, I'm not. But I do want to hand it down to them with hopefully the influence that they'll hand it down to their offspring. That's one of the reasons. That's why I have two.
Mm-hmm.
So
Interesting.
did I get in your good grace with that explanation?
Nah.
Y'all, we are.
I'm gonna say this right here. Kids do not appreciate stuff like we did when we were younger. Like, even well, I ain't gonna say that because you will leave these folks land, houses, and what do? They won't even pay the taxes on it. They'll sit there and let the tax man get the house. I had a cousin. Hopefully they not watching, but I had a cousin that my uncle when he passed left her the property. She had an AT&T tower sitting on the property. They paying her $3,000 a month for the AT&T tower that was sitting on the property. The heifer wouldn't even pay the $800 taxes. It only comes once a year. You're getting paid $3,000 a month. Did the cat come up? Oh, you're getting paid $3,000 a month. You couldn't take not one of them months and pay the taxes. I don't understand that. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. You just let go of all your revenue. And I'm pretty sure AT&T probably swooped it up. And I would have if I was them too, because I'm paying you $3,000 a month when I can literally just own it and have to pay you nothing. So, and then I'm getting a deal on it because all I have to do is pay the back taxes on it. I don't even have to pay the full price for the land. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be careful who you leave your stuff to, because these kids crazy.
But my mom told me a long time ago, once you give somebody something, it's out of your hands.
Right.
You can't control what goes on with it. So if that's the choice I'm making, and it hasn't changed in 30 plus years, so it probably won't change. But Tanya said, Rod, stop justifying your Rolex, your Rolex. Wear your watch and spend your money how you want to spend.
Oh, whatever. I was on your side for 2 seconds.
No, but the key to that, Keisha, is if you spend all your money on materialistic stuff and you don't have no backup, nothing, that's crazy.
Right.
But I tell you, when I knew I had financially arrived, it's when I can walk into any store, any mall, and saw all kind of stuff I wanted, nothing I needed, stuff I want, and walk right back out with absolutely nothing. But I used to be that dude going there and buy two. I went to the outlet. I had to make 2 trips in my car because I bought like about 8 pair of sneakers. For what?
Yeah, you only got 2 feet. that's
That's
only 7 days out of the week. Game Master says, assets over liabilities. I agree with you 100%, Game Master.
Hey man, Jameson, she turned the drink so good. Well, I don't even know. I'll go over it, but here, you want to see it?
I saw it.
Okay. Assets over liabilities. And that goes along with people, y'all. When we talk about assets, and I think there's 2 different types of people. We're talking about starting over here. Some people are assets and some people are liabilities. I don't care if they're family, friends, cousins, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband. Some people can be a liability and some people could be assets, and not in a financial form. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of times when we look at a situation, say, is this person a liability? Are they bringing me down every damn day, every week, every payday? We can't even keep the lights on. The kid's hungry. I'm justifying to the kid. Like Tanya just told me, don't justify. But Tanya also said something, I think I skipped it right here. I grew up with nothing and worked hard. I treat myself. And that's kind of what I went through. I remember going to college and my pops giving me $20 to make it through the week. What? I couldn't even get to the college with $20. And this was when $20 would probably last a day and a half, maybe 2. But I watched my father was a street dude. He would come home and just lay knots of money on the dresser. I'm talking about knots. But he'd rather spend that money on the ladies in the street than he did on his family. So I haven't, couple of hiccups in my life. I haven't really wanted for much, but I had to work my ass off to get it. I did stuff that people said you could never do, like join the military and have a nice life. I'm not saying I was balling out of control, but I had a nice life. I went and got in the car business because my brother did it. And I started at the bottom, Keisha. I had to start over. And this is where we're going to get into the job part of starting over. I went from the military, y'all, being an E8. You can only go to E9. When I got out, I had to start over. And I'm going to tell you, I felt like I went from a somebody to feeling like a nobody. When I went and got this job at the dealership, I was a salesperson, sales consultant, whatever they call it. I stood in the rain. I stood in the heat in Texas. I stood in blizzards, snowstorms. There were weeks I would only make $75 because I only sold one car. I had to bust my ass to move up to sales director. And then I was making more, but it didn't happen overnight. I had to start over, y'all. But I think to get from where I was to sell, it was about a 3 or 4 year journey. But I never thought I was too good for that. I never thought I was too good to grind, to hustle. So when you start over in a job, sometimes I think Time said it earlier, our egos will get in the way. Like Tanya just said, sometimes we came up a certain way and we work hard and we treat ourselves. But then what Keisha's saying, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's individuals. Everybody do things how they want to do it. Now I'm gonna ask a question, Keisha, and have you ever had to start over?
Yeah. Yeah, I have. I had to start over.
So I want to lead the people with this. I mean, we're gonna read these comments, but you're looking at two people on the screen, and my other co-hosts in the comments, if it's yours, that say we had to start over, we had it rough. Let us be living testament. When you get down, you didn't fail. It may just be a minor setback. It could be a major setback. It could be somewhere in the middle. You can call everybody in your phone, your black book, or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's going to be up to you to get up and get on your own 2 feet. Somebody you may have to put your arms around a friend, a loved one, and they walk beside you. Or go back and read Footprints. That little thing that's in a lot of people's houses about how God carried a lot of people, but they only saw one set of footprints, and it was 2. Don't be so proud to tell people you need help. That was one of the hardest things I faced. I was a baller out of this world, and I was broken down to the smallest molecule. And right today, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for being broken down, because I have a whole different outlook on people, whether it's good or bad. So anyway, Keisha, I know that might be I may have got a little deep. Chill will say, yes, it's different strokes for different folks. Every mindset is different. Yes.
Right.
Rollies are assets, especially as long as you've had them. Yep. They are, and I don't want to get back on that. Baby, good night, y'all. Gotta prepare for work in the morning. Great live. I enjoyed it. See you all next time. Thank you, Big Murph, for being here, and thanks everybody for your
Big Murph.
You know, when we started this morning, I was really overthinking this topic. He was like, "No, he ain't doing all that," and this has been just a bunch of real ass people talking about real situations. We got off course a little bit. We started talking about watches and what's that shoe? Red bottom, some Bhutan or whatever it's called.
Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah. So yes, I had to start over. My testimony powerful. Thank you, Lord.
Oh, you should do that. You should do that on your show. Give a testimony to how you had to. Well, I mean, if you want to.
Who, me?
No, I was talking to Chill.
Obviously, I think I done did it, but I kind of went around it.
Uh-huh.
I kind of went around it. Shout out to the host of chat. What up, Rat?
Hey.
Thank you for coming by, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, y'all. We got 14 real homies in the crib. Do me a favor, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Not just Points Blank Experience. Keisha and I have 2 separate channels, Points Blank Experience and Just Asking for a Friend. She does DIY, chickens laying eggs, and she going to tell y'all. I don't know why the hell I try to say what she do over here, because I always mess it up.
Our homestead.
But, you know, and that's going to lead me to support and starting over on YouTube. And then I'm going to get ready to raise up. I had to start this channel over 3 times. And I just, last night after Tanya and I's live, I hit the hours I needed for 4,000.
And congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. I posted it on Instagram, TikTok, and I ended up taking it down. Out of all the followers I had and all the people I knew and all the people that's constantly seeing what's going on, I had two people that liked it. One was Keisha and one was Chocolate Girl Eats. Be careful with the word support. People will support you until you surpass them on that ladder to what they think is success. But a genuine leader, a genuine baller, whatever we want to call it, is that person that when they go up that ladder, they're reaching back, pulling people up with them. That's a genuine leader and a real MF. So when people sit up, did it bother me? Yes, it bothered me. But a lot of times when we start over, people want to see us fail. They kiki and ha-ha in your face. They try to think they're pumping you up. But at the end of the day, it's a reason they don't like this or say congratulations. Because on the inside, it's burning them up that they think you're going to pass them. Collaboration over competition was told to me by Shelter from Your Favorite Couple when I first started YouTube. And I believed that. When we start over in anything, you have to be wise. Keisha said it at the beginning of this. We have to be wise. We have to watch how we pick and choose people. And I had to tell myself, I literally woke up 30 minutes before this live. Keisha was kind of bothered, to say the least. And
Go ahead and send me the link.
but I was in my feelings because I thought I had more support than I had. Right. But you know what I realized? A lot of the people that's been supporting me don't even follow me on IG. They don't follow me on TT. A lot of my supporters come right here and they're in the comments show after show. They come to Keisha's channel. They're there show after show. I say all that to say sometimes we expect too much of people. When you start over, don't bring everybody into your journey. It's your journey. You may have to have some support, but watch who you think. And I stress, capitalize, underline, and italicize. Watch who you think is supporting you. Half the time they're waiting on your downfall. But to me, that's just like putting premium fuel in my car. And I don't even do that in real life. I get to 87, the cheap stuff. So anyway, y'all, let me see what's going on in these comments, and we're going to get ready to get out of here. One and done. Subscribe. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ray. Appreciate it, man. I'll go over and we'll make sure we subscribe. I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. Yes, I am soon. I've been given bits and pieces of my life, but it's deep. Okay, she says she's been getting bits and pieces in her videos, but it gets deeper. So she kind of spoon feed them.
So is she gonna do one whole video? You gonna do one whole video? I wonder if she.
I think she's just gonna do bits and pieces because it's deep. That's what I get out of it, since she may elaborate. Okay. Thank you for Tim said congratulations. Thank you. And I didn't say that for I appreciate everybody that is, but I said that for people. And now I did keep in mind, because I know this person right here, she would have been the first person or the second. Her and Keisha would have been one of the first two people to say, hey, good job. But I had to also think about the people that were at work. Everybody ain't on no damn Instagram and TikTok just because I'm over everybody else. Keisha might be out there doing all kind of stuff on the homestead. Tanya is an executive, so I had to keep that in mind. But then the people that I saw over here liking everything else, it really didn't fly with me. But I got over it, and we moving on up. I can't be singing no song. They got some kind of thing with me singing. Yes, a genuine leader will never say they're one. Yep. And then you took it down. Yeah, I took it down, tell you. I took it, and I'll probably leave it down. I don't know, more than likely. I tell you, I'm gonna do a real talk with Rod on this topic.
It seems like when, and I've seen this on several people's channel, like they'll hit a milestone. So say they got, you know, say they got the 1,000 subscribers, right? And then you be like, and they'll say, "Oh, y'all, you know, we hit our 1,000 subscriber goal and whatever." Then it seems like their numbers start going down. Like all of a sudden, people are unsubscribing. Like, why are we doing that? You know what I'm saying? It's like people hate to see other people win.
Yeah, but I think one of the biggest things we're doing is with this support system, and I'm gonna call a spade a spade. A lot of content creators are dependent on other content creators. That's why your boy pivoted. I'm in search of viewers, baby. I need people that have no emotional ties to YouTube other than, hey, I can't wait like I did when I first started PBT. I can't wait for Wednesday because I know Rod gonna be on there dropping game on how to travel for free, how to raise my credit score. So I had to go back. But that's all part of that starting over. Y'all, if I'm not mistaken, I got like 12,000 hours on this channel. It's still not monetized. You want to talk about deflation. And I ain't talking about inflation. I'm talking about like take a balloon and put the smallest little hole in it and just watch the air seep out real slow. But I had to do it. It has always been about the vision, G. Yep. Congratulations, Rob. I follow you on IG, but no, that's cool, man. And yo, I'm not holding anybody. Like I said, people have jobs and stuff. I'm not even tripping off that. But I know who intentionally didn't click it. And when I do this real talk with Rod, I'm gonna hurt some people's feelings. I ain't gonna have to even say a name. I'm gonna hurt some people's feelings, and I may not, because I've been saying that for a year and I ain't did it live yet. So I may not. I don't know. I gotta pray about it.
Yeah, sometimes it's best to let a hater be a hater. Ain't no, I wouldn't breathe no life into it.
A lot of people ain't swiping on social media, do discount those in the bushes and running the overnight playlist. Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you, Keisha, I like that because I'm so smart. I'm so smart, Keisha. I could tell you what my watch hours were this morning, what they were when I started this live stream, where they should be when I finish. Everybody that, I'm running your playlist, bullshit. I'm watching it, man. I ain't got no but time. I'm like Tommy over here. And I just let them think I believe them. All right, man, appreciate it. No, dude, you know. So I hear what you're saying, but y'all, this ain't about, I just wanted to bring up the support because it's a lot of content creators. This ain't really about, it sounds like it may be, but hey, Keisha said, hey, beautiful Keisha.
Hey, Keisha. All the Keishas came through today.
Adjust your availability, resist situation and social media craze. Keep dropping now knowledge and bringing the gifted ones with you. Yeah, I got a phone call today, and this company wanted to market me, but it was one of my friends. This guy told me, I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm just gonna do it over here on my own, man, because it's a better feeling." But with that, with jobs, with YouTube, I'm gonna end with this because we had 2 hours. Lord have mercy. Haterade, yes. Let me pull that point. People love to be slick, but the numbers not adding up. Yeah, they'll tell you they are. But anyway, man, when we start over, y'all, it may be a point in that you're the Lone Ranger. Ain't no Tonto, ain't no high hole silver, and none of that. You might just be walking. You're the Lone Ranger, and you even got a horse. But don't give up. Keisha, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Oh. No, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the interaction in the live chat. It was great. And yep, that's about it. My dog is begging to go out.
Okay. Well, I just did one last thing, y'all. I just gifted 5 memberships. Keisha H got a membership. Model, Lori, I think that's from CJ's Camp, Grateful Heart. I don't even know who. Tanil 7. I don't even know that. And Cruising Capers, all just got memberships. I just gifted 5 memberships. I tried to do this last night, and the next time I'll probably do it on with Tanya and I on live and direct. I tried. It was an issue last night, so just gifted 5 memberships. We do have members on the live, but hey, the dogs got to go out. I already know it's time to go. With that being said, I hope everyone have a blessed and prosperous evening. We will be coming at you next week, 8:05. p.m. Central Standard Time on Keisha's channel. Just asking for a friend. I'm gonna put it here. If you type the @ symbol, and it's gonna come up. Well, it may come up just as the number for a friend. Yeah, there it is right there. We'll be on that channel, just asking for a friend, 8:05 p.m. Central Standard Time. And thank y'all, everyone. We're going to raise up. The dollars got to go, and I don't want to get in no trouble. And make sure y'all check out Just Asking for a Friend. We are both on a journey to get both our channels monetized. So we appreciate all the support, the real support, the people that came in tonight, the people that's been coming in week in, week out. With that being said, man, let me make sure I ain't missing a good night. Thank you, Fatima. Thank y'all for being here. Keisha gonna keep dropping the links, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this off the screen, and I'll probably pull it back up. And y'all, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Much love to y'all. And as always, shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, you'll be amongst the stars. I guarantee you, whether you're starting over or not. If I can just find this dango, there it is. All right, y'all. We out of here. Much love, man. Much love, much love. And you have now had a great night, and class is now
Dismiss.
Miss. Much love, y'all.
Hey, yeah. I got the feeling we taking it all the way. I gotta get to the Hall of Fame. Been on the ground with a small delay. That's what it takes when you on your job. I'm working till everything fall in place. Like nah, we not gonna fall today. Like nah, we not gonna fall today. Like oh yeah, beanie up Scotty, we going up crazy. Yeah, me and my posse. When it's time to get it, we body to body. Cause bodies get left when we leave the party. Don't get me started. Don't make me get out of character. That make you turn to a target. Dearly departed, making a scene like Martin B.